All right, hold on. All right, what's going on, brothers? What is going on? It is your dude, Mr. International Passport. We're here again for yet another classic live stream, future classic early stream today, but that is due to time zone issues at the moment. So, Mr. James, can you hear me loud and clear as my audio, bro?
I got you.
Awesome. Can you brothers hear me in the live stream chat? Who's here? Who's here? Please press a 1 in the live stream chat. Who's here? Oh, okay. So quiet day so far. We are very early. Brothers are probably sleeping, but let's push on forward, brother. So what's up, brothers? We're here for another classic live stream. I'm your host, Mr. International Passport, and we are here to speak about Hubei, China. Okay. Before you do so, like the video, please. Hit the super chats, hit the PayPal donation, join the Patreon. Please support the channel, book your IT consultations with me. And beginning of July, we're going to open up the Python classes for you brothers, okay? Beginning of July, okay? So 1 month away. Look forward to teaching you brothers Python. Now, okay, we are here to break down China. I got a very special guest here called Mr. James. James, how are you doing today, bro?
Doing pretty good, man.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. So, James, do you mind giving us a brief intro to who you are, where you're from, brother, and anything special about you, bro?
Born and raised in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Born in 1976. So I'm grown, y'all. I'm 48. Joined the military right out of high school. I did 15 years. Got out because I got hurt. Did my college. Started working for the federal government. Now I work out of my laptop, working in government contracting. The life is real good. I got my military pension. I'm built like I'm 29, but I'm 48, and I travel the world right now, and it's a beautiful thing.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. Fantastic. So, you've also been to China, bro. Okay, and that will be the main topic today, brother. So, brother, now this might be a incorrect statement, brother, right? But I think, bro, you are probably the first black man ever to visit China, bro.
Nah. Well, where I was, you would think so, though.
So can I ask, brother, why you went to China in the first place? What was it about China that made you go there, bro?
I didn't visit China. I wasn't there I wasn't there on vacation or just visit on my own like what I do right now. I couldn't even afford to do it back then. This was back in 2004. And you know, I was in college. You know, my military time was done. I got out and got back in. So it was like a 1 year period when I got out and got back in. And I was in college. And this woman who was Chinese, she had a company. She was just doing this child training thing called Kuma. And she wanted me to ask me if I wanted to go out to China for her and talk to some agents because she had branches in China and in the United States. And I was just going out there to present some information and talk to them and get information from them, which is very basic. I really didn't have to do a lot, but she says my professional mannerism is very professional and she liked it. So she asked me to go out there. She paid me some good money. I went out there and was out there for a week and a half and got a little taste of China. Literally.
Hey, oh, wow. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you my first question, brother. Okay, so you were in the Hubei province, right, in China, right? You were
Yeah.
a black man there. So
Mm-hmm.
my first question to you is, brother, so how did they treat you as a black man, the people? Was it a lot of weird stares, racism, animosity? Break it down for us, bro.
I didn't feel any racism. People really didn't try to mind me, but they were looking at me like I was like from Mars. It was like, really looking at me and just like I was expecting that. I grew up knowing that Chinese people feel very separate from black people. They can't identify with us and they have a hard time doing that. Some can because of where they grew up and how they were raised, but for the most part, they don't. If I was into China and not even a popular part of China where not a lot of people go, I was expecting that. So and that was the truth. Um, but people did. If I turn around when people stare at me, I can't help it. But I turn around and I look you right in the eye, and I will stare back. It's a reflex. Not that great a one, but it is a reflex. And some people take it. Some people respond differently to it. Some people say I'm I knock them off their cool a little bit. I throw them off a little bit because of my, it's a strong stare. It's got a lot of energy into it. So some people say that. So when I was there, some people they'll do it and they'll look away, or some people smile and go, just like that. And I was like, that was a relief. I didn't feel like people were like, go back to Africa. It was nothing like that. I didn't feel that. I didn't feel that at all.
So interesting there, brother. Right. So I want to follow up on that point you mentioned there, as to how Chinese people can't relate to black people, which is weird, but they can definitely relate to white people, right?
Yep.
So, brother, what is it about Chinese people, right, that they don't like us, brother, from your experience there in China, and why do they like white people so much, brother? Let's pick it down from there.
Absolutely. That's a very good question. And man, did you ask the right person on YouTube in the manosphere. Uh, it's been stated on YouTube in some videos where they said the reason why they don't like black people is because of our culture. And the reason why they like white people is because their cultures are aligned better, which is absolute BS. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Zero. Your cultures do not align. And there was no such thing as white culture because German culture and French culture are not the same. And if you know the history of these countries, especially World War II, you're really going to sound like you're not very well educated. And they're all white. And back in those days, the culture of China was almost alien to people in Germany and France and UK. And people from UK would go over there and they would say that it was like, it feels like you're in another world. They're very different. And that is the origin of Chinese culture. Things they've added now, those are modern, what they call fads, stuff that comes and goes. A lot of things that we consider norms right now are going to go. Now, the reason why they hate black people is because they made themselves hate black people. And it was money, it was currency for them. Because the more that they threw shade toward black people, the more invested America and UK and other white countries invested into their products and that is how they built themselves. Because we'll build your stuff for like a penny if you just do business with us. And in the United States will say, okay, if you want us to still do business with us, we need you to start advertising in this way. And they start doing that. And they start pushing this culture and trying to just let it right in. They did nothing because they felt that by doing this, they would be in good with white people. And they saw that it was working, but it was also still, they had to duck out when they got smacked in the head. It was like, whoa, 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 calm down. You're Chinese. And they go, okay, and then slowly hoping that it goes away. That's how things happen. And the reason why they was doing that is because they feel that by allowing this and throwing shade toward black people, they would align with white people and they'll be accepted into whiteness. And when you talk to them about race, they will tell on themselves. Go on YouTube and see all kind of videos on this subject when they're talking to people in China. They will tell on themselves. They will literally tell you in verbatim what I just said. But it doesn't work. In other words, case in point, the model minority and what they did with what they did with the colleges and stopping black people from getting accepted on some merits. It's like, okay, we have to have a quota. Certain amount of black people need to come in and so on and so forth, which wasn't really working that well for us. The people who are benefiting from this were white women. And I'm talking about like from 10% related to 85%. And when they did it, they screwed themselves over. And they didn't realize that white people were doing this to say, guess what? Now we can do it to you because you're the one who was stepping on our toes, not black people. And they go, oh crap, and now they're realizing that. But it's too harm, too late. But they don't really, they in other words, they force themselves to come into this world of hatred toward black people. Candace Owens did it too. Candace Owens wasn't like that before, and she forced herself to do it. Why? Money. and she made a lot of it. And you got a lot of black people pushing for Trump and all that other stuff. And these Chinese people, they want to do it too. And they feel when they come here, they smile on their faces like, man, the first black person I see, I'm gonna throw shade at them to let white people know, I got your back. Just let me into this white world. And they do. They do it big time. So if you go over there, they may not have to. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, finish your point there, brother. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say when you go over there, if you're not surrounded by a lot of white people, they don't really have to do it because where are they going to benefit from? If they have to see the benefit. In other words, are they going to go to Ivy League college? Are they going to are they going to be working in the United States? Like I said, when I was in the military, I'm sorry, this is just the truth. 80% of the Chinese and Asian people that I crossed when I was in the military were racist. And I had to take it to a couple of them. These are facts. And I got the record and the lost stripes when I got out to prove it. Because I couldn't take racism. If you're a racist to me, I go right upside your head. And they get in trouble and I get in trouble too, which made no sense. But you know, they feel that, you know, they can benefit.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Brother, do you mean was that Chinese people in the military that have been racist towards you, brother?
Yes,
that were
absolutely.
born in America?
Well, you don't have to be born in the United States to join the military. You just have to be a U.S. citizen. So once you get your card and you're a U.S. citizen, you can immediately join the military.
Wow. So essentially, brother, right? You're saying that, hey, the reason why Chinese people hate black people is because, right, they want to make white people happy. And the more you hate black people in this world, the more benefits you get from the people that run this world, which is a lot of European countries, if you keep it facts. So that's interesting there, brother. So what you're saying is that, brother, like the more a group of people hate black people, the more successful they will be on planet Earth. Is that what you're saying, brother?
Yeah, in their head. We're talking about what's going on in their head. Now, as far as that actually being true, let me kick it to you in reality for people who think that they can benefit from this too. In corporate America, racism can tear a company apart. One N-word, one toward me at your company. I can show proof that you did it, show that you tried to cover it, or you didn't make no effort to try to remedy it. You're done. You have any idea the max that you could sue a company for? The most a company has been sued for racism. The number, $275 million. One person. $275 million. It was a black girl, NASCAR. Go look it up. And they try to chime it down and make it seem like she didn't get that. She got it. And not only that, I believe there was some emails afterwards that throwing some cheap shots at her. She sued him again. One. So it's not that beneficial. But they, in their head, matter of fact, there was a case where a Chinese guy was a police officer. And he was part of the pool of police officers that got caught sending racist emails to each other. And a Chinese guy said, and I quote, "I thought I had to do it in order to be accepted by the community." You can look it up. I don't know his name. I don't remember the police force, but if you take my information and try to be a little creative with your typing and searching, I think you can find it.
So,
brother, I believe he was, go ahead.
Go on. Finish your point. Sorry.
No, I didn't have a point. I was just going to reiterate.
So, in China, brother, right? So, obviously, we know in America, right, Chinese people don't like black people. I think that's certified. Whether they're born in China, whether they come from China, very rare you come across a Chinese person that actually likes black people. But when you were in China, brother, right, you also got that kind of hate as well. So, you saw like a lot of white worshiping there, brother. A lot of pale skinned people. That culture of bleach your skin. The more white you are, the more attractive you are. And I also heard that there's a phrase they call black people there, and it's called black ghost. So, brother, can you break it down for us, brother, as to the amount of racism?
The racial term, I forgot exactly what it is, but it's in the English language, it's either black bro or monkey bro.
Jesus.
Yeah, black bro or monkey bro, and it's similar. they kind of tweaked it because the Koreans first call us that, big black bro. That's what they call us in Korea, South Korea, or all of Korea. Excuse me. But as you already know, right now, if you get a Chinese woman who's around over the age of 28,
Leftover.
she's been through all the BS.
Mm.
They don't care about pandering to this white thing. Let me tell you something. If you get a Chinese woman who's like 30 years old and she's single in the United States and you're a clean cut brother, the chances of her rejecting you because you're black are very low.
Huh? What?
And in China, yeah. I keep telling you, tap into that. It's just that it's hard. They're not in those kind of spaces that we normally go to find girls. They're not in bars and nightclubs. They don't do that. That's way uncomfortable for them. You got to holler at them at work or in the passing, like on a train or on a I don't know, if they're celebrating a birthday with their friends or something like that. But they don't really go to these places. They go to their friend's house or they go eat out somewhere with their friends. And usually when they're out, they're going to be in positions where it's going to be they're not going to appear very approachable. But I'm telling you right now, just take a L and go talk to them. If you got you got to have your stuff together. I'm not talking about these low class girls you see at the local bar, in the clubs with a trigesterone. I'm not talking about these women because I don't go for those women anyway. I'm not talking about those women. IP, you know what kind of women I'm talking about.
Of course, bro. I know you go for high value chicks, brother.
That's right. That's what I like.
Brother, so in the West, right, that's how Chinese women move when they're over a certain age. What about in China, brother, right? What was your dating like, or what was your observation about being a black man dating Chinese women in China? Was it hard? Was it easy? Break it down for us, bro.
The area I was in was it's not a lot of Americans there. I saw a couple when I was on the college campus because I was being guided by her relative. And Hua Ping, I still remember his name because the way he said Hua Ping right down. He's like, when he did that, I could not forget it. But I was on the college because he was in college for engineering. Smart brother, man. He walked me around college, showed me around, and he was like, at one point, because I wasn't looking for it. And he said, "What?" He said, "Whoa, man!" And I was like, "What's going on?" He was like, "They look at you, the girls. They look at you." I was like, "What are you talking about?" He says, "They look at you. They like, man." I was like, "They like my black ass." Sorry, man. Sorry, I couldn't help it. They like me. I was like, "Yeah," because I'm used to being like looking at in the United States, especially in Connecticut where I was. They don't really mess with brothers out there. You know, it's known for that, and they're scared because Connecticut is very white. New Haven, the culture is set by them. But they can't shift. They can't shake hip hop. Hip hop is intertwined all through Southern Connecticut. But yeah, he was saying that, and I was like, when I started to realize that, I started actually looking at them, and the girls go doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because these were younger, these were college students. But I was around that age because I was still like 27 years old. So, and still I was still considered, actually no, excuse me, 26, and I was still considered young, and so it was that. So the way I met one girl. I met her at I said, I'm scared to eat at the Chinese places because I remember when I was walking from the bus stop, because we took a bus back, and we at the bus stop all the way back to my hotel, to Vienna. I looked and I was like, "What is that smell?" He looked at me like, "What am I talking about?" Because he's used to it. He didn't know. And I looked, and you know what I saw? Hanging dogs and cats with the skin ripped off and the meat hanging. That's what they were eating. And I saw people bending down with their plates on the floor, no table, no chairs or nothing, eating with their hands. And I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "Whoa, what?" I said, "What?" Sitting around in a circle, bending down with bowls, eating with their hand, eating soup made of dog and cat meat. And the smell was horrendous. And the reason why I smell it is because we're not supposed to eat them. They were eating it. They were eating it. They were eating it. That's what I saw. And I was like, this, I could not take it. I couldn't take it. It was killing me. And we went to a restaurant across the street before that, and the meat came out, and they said it was steak with a smile. And I looked at it. It did not look like steak. And I was like, maybe I'll take the vegetable soup. The vegetable soup came with chicken chunks. And I was like, there's a good chance it's mine. But my stomach, I was bent over hungry. I was hungry. And I just closed my eyes and I just ate it. I was like, there's a chance. I was like, no other restaurants around because it's not a high popular place. But then I found out there's McDonald's. He said, when we were walking away, he's like, you could just eat McDonald's. And I looked at him like, McDonald's? He's like, yeah. I said, you got McDonald's here? I said, let's go eat McDonald's. And I was like, because I ate that, I was like, no, now again. He said, you want to eat again? I said, yeah, I want to fill my stomach up with that garbage food. So we went down there to and one of the girls, every single counter girl, was 4 of them, all of them were cute. And I was like, cute. And I go and they go, oh, like, whoa. And they were surprised, like, and I'm like, yeah. She's like, she thought about it. She said, maybe I should speak English. What do you want? And I go, she's probably not gonna speak. Well, if I just order, maybe she just get it. And I said, yeah, I want the chicken nuggets with fries and a drink. I even remember what I ate because I got the big one. So I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna take this back and I'm gonna eat it again when I get there. That way I ain't gotta go nowhere if I get hungry again. So I got the real big box. And she's laughing, and I was like, how do you pronounce your name? It was like a XIE or Z or something like that. And she said it, but I just, my brain didn't remember. And I go, it's like, do you drink? And I was like, man, she's probably too young. But I just asked her, I said, do you drink? You know that? She goes, she was scared. I was like, all right. And so I left her alone. But then when we went down to sit down to eat, he said he had like a fish burger or something like that. And he says, I don't really eat this, but I want to try it. I said, yeah, man, you got to try it. And he kind of liked it, but there was some other girls that sat behind him, and they just kept looking around, kept seeing why. And he turns around, he's like, he was just doing this while he's eating food because he couldn't believe the attention I was getting. And he just started eating his food. He's like, oh. And he turns around and he says something to him. And they were talking, like pointing at me. And I think they were wondering if I was famous. That's what happens a lot. Because I was tall. I'm 6'1.5", and I was stocky. I was benching like 425 pounds back then. You know what I'm saying? Until my shoulder that got messed up again. So I was even bigger than I was big. So I was I was tall and muscular. So they probably thought I was a sports guy. And he say they think you play sports. I said, I kind of play sports, but I'm just ex-military. And I was like, yeah, just give him my hotel number. And he says, okay. So I wrote it down and gave it to him. And next thing I went back, it was like 2 hours later, and she called the room. But the hotel has it's a very strict hotel. And the reason why this woman put me up in there is because she didn't want me messing around and getting into trouble and having girls over there. She didn't want to do that because I was there on business. And I don't blame her. So she actually has security. And if I would have walked out the room and stand in front of the hotel dude would call, and this actually happened. He would call him and he would come up. And I was like standing out there, just getting some fresh air. And he came up, he's like, what's going on? I was like, what? What do you mean what's going on? He says, yeah, he said you needed something because you came out of your room. I was like, yeah, to get some fresh air. It's like, oh, okay, well, you have to watch it around here because it's kind of dangerous. It wasn't dangerous. He was kind of in your window, just kind of, saying he didn't want me to get in trouble. He didn't want me to go out there and get involved. That's all that was. And but long story short, she did call and she did come over. I was surprised. I was like, I'm not used to things happening like this. I came from the military. I did go overseas when I was in other countries and everything, but we move differently when we're soldiers because you got us all walking around we got our own soldier security walking around the areas where we are, and we don't really want to venture out too far because you might get stuck. and missing ships movement, you go to mass, you get in trouble, you can lose a strike. And I was like, I'm not doing that. So I didn't do it. Maybe some other people did it, high ranked officers did it, but I didn't. And I went to Italy, everywhere in the Mediterranean, all those countries I went to. But I was a youngin, man. I was a teenager in those years. But when I got older, when I went to the other country, it was pretty simple. I actually had people that I would meet out there and everything. Go to the military bases, go to these clubs, go to this bar, have drink here, go eat here, meet a girl here, whatever. It's kind of routine, you know. But she did come over, and she's kind of, her English was actually not bad. I thought it was she couldn't speak English at all. I was wondering how we're gonna do that, because we didn't have the phones back then. We didn't have none of that technology. You have to talk with your hands or get a book or whatever and figure it out, because we didn't have that kind of technology there. I mean, we had the phones, but it wasn't like this. And but she did speak a good English. She was just asking me, like, what did I do a living? She just sat down, but you could tell the whole time her body language was like, yo, I'm less whatever. And I could read that, but I didn't want to, like, jump. But that's exactly what she came there for. Period.
Okay. Wow. Interesting, bro. Interesting. So, okay. So, brother, China is a very weird country, particularly right now in 2024, because they have a lot of power. They've got nukes. They have a lot of money. They've got a lot of people, and they're very deep in Africa. I learned the other day that China owns literally all of the mines in Congo. So you got people that don't like black people, that have some sort of maybe plan to control Africa in the future. I don't know what's going on here, but how is this being allowed, bro?
Well,
It's just
yeah.
weird. Go on, bro.
From what I understood, I've watched a lot of guys. People watch Africa news. Watch Africa news. You want to know what's going on in Africa. Yes, you do. I don't care if you have a fraction of the shade that I got. You know what I'm saying? IP's like 3 shades darker than me, but if you even have half the shades that I got, you want to watch what's going on in Africa, especially places like Kenya, Ghana, and Nigeria, which are the strong countries. In Zimbabwe too, but Zimbabwe's getting there. But Zimbabwe has nothing. I mean, they run through Zimbabwe. From what I understand, a lot of the leaders in Africa are criminals, but a lot of them aren't. Like the one in Ghana and Kenya, they're actually pretty good. They're kicking back, and they're looking to help other countries in Africa push these people out. Now, China doesn't have muscle in the game like people think. It's money. And they pay the African security and their own security to, allow them to just have grocery stores where they don't allow Africans in, which is bold. I would think that as soon as I close up shop and try to walk to my car, I'm gonna get shanked doing something like that. That is bold. That is, you really got to feel comfortable being foul in a country to do that. That's just, I mean, you would think there'd be a mob an hour after you do that. But the Africans are afraid of their government. And you have to understand, there's been a lot of turmoil in Africa of their own people coming after each other because of the diamonds and the resources. You got one group, the guerrillas, saying that stop selling our resources to these countries. And there's other group saying I'm making too much money, and they get their militant people and they fight, and so they go after the people, just the regular people in those countries, and they go after theirs, and a lot of people just end up dying. And that's how it happens. That's the turmoil in Africa. That's how it happens. There's people with money, and there's people making money. You got the locals that saying I ain't trying to hear it, and they go after it, and it ended up killing a lot of people. That's how it works. So that's how it works. That's how the muscle actually is implemented. They use their own corruption and their own people who want money, who want to make money through this corruption to muscle everyone out and just keep taking the resources. However, you also know what happened to South Africa, right? The Africans got together and just start bum rushing them. And now they kind of got a hold on South Africa. And you go out there, they're a little scared to be racist now, because they're like, yeah, I might go to my car and lose my life. And that can happen in any country in Africa. I don't know how it could happen. I don't know if it can happen, but there's a strong possibility that it can go down like that. And what I mean is they could just take over and push China out. I'm hoping that can happen, but it's going to take a lot of, I guess, unity, a lot of political power from the people coming together and just saying, this is what we demand, which they don't do. They just don't do it. They don't just go up to the government and force them. They just talk to them. This is what we need. And they just complain. It's like, this is what's happening to us. Look at this. Look at this. Look at what they're doing. Look at how it happened. Look what's going on over here. Look what's going on over here. And hope someone is going to do something about it. When a persons that need to do something about it is the people that are complaining. It's them. And I'm hoping they can figure that out. And China's just sitting back and just taking advantage of all the weak points. They saw where these countries are weak, and that is exactly where they built built camp. They built camp in the weak points, and they just keep, as long as it's working, they're going to keep draining the resources. And if they don't get a hold on it, China will own a lot of Africa. And it's sad.
It is sad, bro. It's sad, really, man. They have vitriol towards black people, and you know, it's insane. Like, so in your time in China, Hubei, China, right? Would you say that there's a lot of white worshipping there amongst the people? They want to be white, right? They want their kids to marry white people and have half white, half Chinese kids. But was that something that was strongly encouraged there from what you saw, the whiteness?
Absolutely. In case in point, everywhere I look, I saw white people being advertised. Damn. Everywhere. Did I see Chinese people being advertised? Sure. Because there were Chinese products that only Chinese people would be interested in. But a fraction of that was being advertised by Chinese. In other words, some products are unique in a way where it won't make sense to advertise them with a white person, but it's very, very small. And when they advertise the whitening cream, which was everywhere, they use white people to advertise whitening cream to whiten the skin of Chinese. And it is bad. And you get that because when I saw white people, you saw how they walked around. They walked around like, I'm so much better than these people. Just go get my stuff, my beck and call. Go fetch that. That's the energy I got from the white people that I saw, but I didn't see a lot, except for this one girl I saw on the college campus. She walked by me. She was pretty, and you could see the expression on her face that she absolutely hated being there. That one little, I just saw her walk all the way up, and she looked at me like this. She walked by, you know that, I just sick of everybody. I just see it in her. You could tell she hated being there. She absolutely hated being there. And I saw her, she was going into a store, and I toward the end, because I kept looking at her because she was cute. And she was going into a store over there that's on the college campus, and she goes in and someone walks out, and she grabs the door, snatches it away from him, wait for him to go out, and then goes in the store. I was like, shit. Wow. So in my 1.5 weeks there, I saw a lot. I experienced a lot. And like I said, once I noticed that I was being looked at, like when he told me, I went to the, McDonald's, everything. That's the only place I ate for the rest of the time. Every day, McDonald's, breakfast, lunch, dinner, McDonald's. Because we're not eating anywhere else. It wasn't going to happen. I started going out and started looking, and the girls, they would look back, because they were shy, and they were nervous. There was no way they was going to approach me. Those girls that did that, Turns out she had visited the United States before. I believe she said Atlanta or Florida, I remember. And so she got a little taste of the United States, so she felt a little more comfortable. But she was still nervous to talk to me because even like I said, her English was that good, but the way she was doing it seemed like she was afraid to communicate because her English was so horrible. But that's what it felt like. But that wasn't the case. She's just nervous. She felt more comfortable talking to him through me. Just talk to him and then get him to do that, and felt more comfortable for it. That's how she did it. But I went to the college campus twice. And he came and got me. I said, I like it over there. And because the McDonald's on the campus base was actually better. They had a McDonald's and a Burger King, but I like McDonald's better because they got the nuggets. So all I was eating was nuggets and the chicken sandwich.
Wow. So, okay. So, brother, right. So, I got a scenario for you, right? Let's say a brother came up to you, right, and asked you, "Hey, I know you've been in China for a bit, right? I'm a black man and I want to move to China, brother." Would you tell him, yeah, go and live in China, or would you tell him, bro, China is not for black men? So my question to you, brother, is should black men move to China, brother?
I think it'd be a good move if you go to Beijing. Beijing is different. Beijing is another country in itself and so far away for how things are and where I was. And that area has stepped up. You know, God knows everywhere's been changed since 2004. I mean, Jesus Christ, everywhere has changed. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I only got a taste of Beijing for 2 hours. And one thing I did notice when I was there, because it was a stop, the women in Beijing are gorgeous. I saw this one girl. I'm never going to forget that face. She was breathtaking. She was breathtaking. I was too scared to talk to her. I didn't have the kahunas.
Damn. Okay.
I didn't have them.
So you're saying Beijing is a different place entirely from the whole of China. So more,
absolutely.
More, so they would accept black people more, black men more in Beijing.
They don't. They're not going to be bothered. You're not going to have. You're going to feel freely and openly. You're not going to have any problems. In other words, Beijing copies Tokyo.
What does that mean?
In other words, Beijing really gets how they do their nightlife, their bars, their entertainment, their infrastructure for how things are done in Tokyo. And they have a lot of similarities. They feel the same, but Tokyo is way better.
Wow. And brother, you've been to Tokyo, right?
I've been to Tokyo. Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
But I was there for 2 days.
Okay. Interesting, bro. So, okay. Now, let me ask this, brother, right? So, the Chinese culture, right, brother, is it a conservative culture? Is it a liberal culture? Is it a, they follow white people every time culture? What white people do, they copy it, blah, blah, blah. Break it down for us, bro.
I'm going to break something down for you. Chinese has its own culture, and it's very conservative. It's extremely conservative, okay? When they try to copy what they perceive to be white culture, which makes no sense, but what they perceive to be white culture, Leave It to Beaver, they get it from TV, the show Friends. When they try to copy that is when they begin to destroy themselves. That is when they start losing their essence of being a really good wife, Chinese wife. They start to lose that. They start to pick up habits that destroy them. And there's a lot of YouTubes of Chinese women talking about this. This is not, they know about it. There's books on this. When they try to copy other cultures, they begin to destroy themselves. However, they don't necessarily do that when they try to mimic black culture, because black culture that they pick up is an entertainment factor. The way they dress, the coolness of their talk, and wearing name brand things. When Chinese people with money try to copy white culture, one of the main things that they've been known to do is spend tens of thousands of dollars on name brand clothing. Gucci and Louis Vuitton makes a lot of money off Chinese and Japanese too. They make a lot of money off them. They will never, you talk about the NBA, will never mess around and make sure the waters are not muddy with the Chinese. Go to Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Prada, and all those other name brands. They will never let you. They will clean that up fast. And the thing about it is, here's the thing that really gets you. Who makes Louis Vuitton and Prada and Gucci cool? Us.
Black people, the rap music, yeah.
And who buys the most of the product, spend the most money?
Black people. Oh, them, sorry.
Right, yeah, them. They spend the most, but we advertise it the most. And we make it cool. So who are you mimicking when you put that stuff on? Because I'm going to tell you right now, you go to white suburbs and stuff like that, regular, where people making 300,000-400,000, up to a household bringing in 600,000. They don't buy that stuff. You don't see that. Maybe the wife will have a book bag. Maybe the wife will have a bag. They don't do that. Maybe some shoes. Maybe one suit. They don't do that. They're spending money on John Deere and ski equipment. And going to fancy restaurants and trips, yachts and boats. You're not mimicking them. They're mimicking the fad. They're mimicking Beverly Hills. They're mimicking Sex in the City. They're mimicking a TV show. In other words, they're mimicking a fantasy. And they don't even know it. It's not real. Rich people don't buy name brand products except for personal style. In other words, men who can afford it, we buy the Rolex because we freaking love these. I don't mind. I know your shoes, your suit. When you complete that, we spend money on that. That I get. But they're not mimicking what they perceive to be white culture when they buy that. But they believe that when they have these things and they have these products and they have these clothing, they have these items, now they're in. Oh, I know I'm Chinese, but I have Gucci, Louis Vuitton. You're down there. Look what I have. Look what I have. And I actually had that happen to me. The same woman the woman who sent me over there is very, very racist. Oh, very racist. Wow.
But if she's racist, was she friends with you? How did she send you over there?
Not exactly. See, I came out of the Navy, and the Navy was extremely racist. I developed a skill to just ignore certain things that I don't agree with right now because I won't. I realized, and that's how I stopped getting into the fights. I learned to just do the paperwork, deal with it. Why don't you go over there and let me do my job? And it's just the way people are. And that's what I held. So when she would say things like, oh, you moving to St. Louis? Because I'm left Connecticut to go to St. Louis. There's lots of Black people there. And I was like, you should do a daycare if you speak this language and speak English so well. Have a daycare where you just speak Chinese to them and they will naturally develop the language. She says, no, I can't do it because, it's too hard for Black people to learn Chinese. They'll never be able to learn it, amongst other things. She said these things to me. And I was like, whatever. She's paying me. Because the other thing I did there is how we met. It's because I'm an artist. I draw. And I was teaching young kids how to draw comic book characters. And I did that at her school because she needed an art program. So she asked me. And the woman who was the girl who went to school with me, who also worked in the Veterans Administration Office on the college campus at Southern Connecticut State University, which is where I was. She was there. She said, "Hey, I got this person who you trust. You can use an artist. Why don't you come out there? You can make some money on the side. It'd be better than this." Because we both didn't like it there. Because we didn't like the guy who was running it. We couldn't stand him. We hated him. He liked her and hated me because I used to tell him the truth. I was like, "Oh man, you just here trying to get up the girls." I was like, "Oh man, I just boom, tell him the truth right in his face because he didn't like me." I was like, "What are you gonna do about it?" I punched you in the face, man. I punched you in the face. He didn't like me. So she knew I wanted to get out of there, not doing that's how we met. But she would say these things. She's very racist. And I just kind of blew it off. It was one of those things where just know who people are and you learn how to just kind of deal with them, because the only alternative is to give them the middle finger and you won't get that money anymore and you won't be able to do that business anymore. So you just get what you need and you just get out of there. And you just say to yourself, I have a limit. I'm a limit. And if she goes over that limit, then next time I come, I'm gonna have a recorder in my hand and I'm gonna sue her. But she wouldn't do it a lot. But I was planning on that. And a couple of times when I went to the office, I had the recorder in my pocket. And I was like, if she start going crazy, I'm gonna click that junk and I'm gonna record her. I was planning on doing it, but it never went down. So when she sent me out there, she was throwing a lot of money in, but she put $11,000 in my pocket to do this. And that did not include, of course, that all my expenses were still paid for after that. But it turns out one of the other things she wanted me to do was to marry her sister so she'd become an American citizen. She put an extra $5,000 in my pocket. And I wasn't going to do it, so I played her. I said, all right. And I took the money and I just screwed it. She don't even notice. I screwed it up on purpose. I knew I didn't have a lot of time on my passport, so I let it go out. So I couldn't go back and finish the paperwork. And I was like, damn, yeah, my passport. And she went in, she started calling me all kinds of names. She was this like crazy lady. And I was sitting there like this. Yeah, I guess I got to get it renewed. When I get it renewed, I'll call you. She is in other words, if we were to cross paths and she probably would say hi to me, I would respond with some vulgar language because I speak my mind now. If I don't like you, you will know it. I make you think about yourself. When I use vulgar language, that means what I would be saying. I wouldn't use curse words and stuff like that, because that doesn't do it. You just look like a crazy person when you yell at people like that. When you tell them the truth and add a little pepper to it, that's when you get them. That's what I do. And I would do that to her. And I'll be telling the truth because like the stuff that we're talking about, whole white thing and everything, she definitely fits that mold. She has Gucci, Louis Vuitton. She's very wealthy. Okay. Keep in mind, she did buy at the time which is considered $800,000 now, which is a $450,000 home in Connecticut. Okay. She was at Stanford. And at the time, she put a lot of work into it. And by the time she was done, it was worth $1 million then. And I don't know what she's doing right now, but I do know her husband hated her guts. He hated her guts. He did not like her, and he would never be there. She would invite me to the house. Her little kid used to like me and used to love me. She used to call me Bible, something like that. It was like a wizard and a bobo, and I think it was a little black in there when she was calling me. She's like Dragon Ball Z. There's a Dragon Ball Z guy with the hat, the turban thing, when he's jet black. That's racist. You know what I'm talking about?
Mr. Popo.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if she was calling me. What's that? What'd you say?
That's racist, bro.
I'm saying I don't know if she was calling me that or not, but I put two and two together. I didn't watch Dragon Ball Z, but when I didn't know that character, because when I first saw Dragon Ball Z, I saw that dude. I was like, yo, what is going on here? Y'all like that? And it was my boy in the military. He used to love Dragon Ball Z. He had Dragon Ball Z fan. He a cop now. He a Trump supporter now. He flipped the script. He like, I'm talking about big hat, Trump hat, like literally, like he left the field. He like Blue Lives Matter, F Black Lives. He's all the way on the other side. I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, he's a federal cop. I was like, you know what?
I'm gonna bring it up for you, bro. You know, the
what
picture.
happened?
I'm gonna bring it up. What she called you, bro? Because brother, that is insanely racist, brother. Let me bring it up. So she's calling you Mr. Popo for Dragon Ball Z. Let me bring it
I
up,
feel
bro.
like, yo, I want the world to know, man. Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Let me bring it up, brother. But carry on speaking, brother. Let me search on Google right now and bring it up
Yeah,
for you.
yeah. I'll tell you about like the time that one of the girls that that girl that I was talking to, she's in college, and college was actually finishing up during that time, so she had to leave. She stopped by 3 times when I was there, 2 days in a row, and then 1 day, and then she came back, but she had to leave. And it was still difficult for me to like leave out because I didn't know where I was. I didn't know how to get anywhere. I didn't know nothing. And whenever I left out, I was with him. And he did tell me, so I couldn't really prove he was wrong about it. And I was like, yo, I'm just going to get this money, So I decided to, holler at one of the, like the girls that was there when I found out that they did. Yeah, there you go.
That's
That's
racist,
me.
bro.
That's me.
So you got Chinese people saying that you look like that, brother.
Little kid, little girl, little baby
racist,
girl.
bro.
Yeah. And I didn't know. And then I figured it out quick. Because I remember I didn't notice. I didn't know when she said, I thought she was saying Bobo, Bobo, Bobo. Okay. Which in some words, big brother. Okay. That's a little baby. When they say Bobo, a lot of times they're trying to say big brother. It's not all the time, but sometimes. But then when I heard it, I was like, oh shoot, wait a minute. I remember that character. Oh, she's not calling me that. Oh my God, I'm not that black. This is, oh my God. How can that not be racist, man? How can that not be racist? That is the racist cartoon I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God. Jesus Christ, that's racist. That's racist toward Indians, Arabics, and black people at the same time. Damn, calling all 3 of us the N-word, man. At the same time with that one character. I think you don't have to say nothing. Just put that photo up and just do this.
Wow.
But yeah, I went so I did a little pay for plays, would you say, because she was a massage. And here's how it went down. They said I found out that they do massage there because I went down there because I wanted some water. It was, you got to buy the water from the counter. And I was thirsty. I wanted some water because I had taken my nuggets up so I get some water in my nuggets. Because I had 2 boxes. At that time, I had 2 boxes. One was half eaten, and one was the whole one. So I told you I was eating a lot. So I went down to get some water, and I saw a little sign. I was like, turn around, I was like, oh, you do massages here? They said, yeah. I was like, oh, yeah, I want a massage. And it was very affordable. And it turns out the woman reimbursed me when I got back. She said, oh, that's part of it. She reimbursed me because I told her on the phone I was going to get it. So I was like, you think it's a good idea? I asked the guy because I had his number. And then he told her, she called me and says like, I was like, oh, I don't want to make it seem like. She said, no, that's good. It's good. Get a good idea. I'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. So I got more. And when I went down there to get it, the girl was bad. She was bad. And I'm like, I ain't got no problem with it because, like I said, I did it when I was in the military. It was very normal. Everybody on the ship was doing it. When we went to Spain, Palma, Spain, when we went to Greece, when we went to France, Spain was a big one. Everybody, that's the big one. You do pay for play on a ship. It just goes down. And you have to understand, it's like a handful of girls on a ship. And at the same time, there was a lot of them, the female Marines that are on the ship. It's like none of them are ugly. None of them are ugly. I'm talking about like when you're on a ship, even basic girls begin to look real attractive. And you start looking at them very different, man. It's gonna get you. You're talking about 6-7 months. And these women were like They walk on a ship and you just drop your tools and just look at them. Literally, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. That's what happens to us on the ship. So we do that when we get off. But anyway, it's this girl was hot, and she kind of, she was massaging, and I didn't know. She says, I come to a room, and I go, oh, wow, okay, that's even better, because I was real anal. I didn't want to sit on the sheets, but they were clean. And the other time she came up to the room, and the first time she came up like dressed like a little different, a little more attractive, and she's smiling. She's like, okay, you ready? And I go, yeah. And when she came down, I laid on my back and I started looking at her like this. She's like, turn over. And then we started getting playful, and next thing word led to another. And that's, and she was just letting me know that, it's still service. So I was paying for the massage, but, one thing led to another. So it's still considered, I guess, pay for play, but it was just a massage I was paying for, which at the time was like $25. I clearly remember it was like 25. But it wasn't that wasn't what it was really for. It was just a massage, but if the girls want to do it, they want to. And this is how I knew. I had lost my phone. I just had one of those little you roll on the side phones, really basic phone. And I lost it. I couldn't figure out where it was. And she said, oh, the same girl that she, dressed in jeans, she had just came back, and I went to the counter. It's like, because the massage place was closed, and I needed to someone to go down there and look. She said, it's not here. Maybe it's lost in your room. And I go, oh, okay. She's like, okay, I'll come help you find it. And the other girl looks at her like this. Okay, no, I go with you. And I go, I wanted to say, no, I just need one. So, because I figured it might go down. So she came up with us, and she was just sitting there like this, looking at us, looking. She was cute too, but she was just making sure nothing was going to go down. And it turned out it had fell in the back of the bed, and she found it for me. But yeah, so that's not what it was for, but it was she liked me, and that's why I was able to go down like that. But this was after I started hanging out, because like she left. She went back to another part of China.
Wow, incredible story, brother. So, brother, we're down to our last few minutes, brother, in this hour stream, bro. So I'm gonna ask you, brother, how was the nightlife, bro? As the last question here, what was that happening at you?
I went to one local bar, and I was just walking distance. You walk around the corner. I went with dude because he's the one who told me about it, and it was very it was one of those places where they might say only Chinese people can go here, because they have a lot in that area. Only Chinese people can come. But I was with him, and you could tell that his body language, he was kind of vouching for me. And guys, they kind of sit around, they smoke, and they don't really dance, but they play music. And you can see they get around and they just kind of watch girls dance, but the guys don't really dance. They consider like guys just going on the dance floor and dancing like that. In that culture area, they don't consider that a manly thing. Like, guys don't do that. Okay, only time they do it is if a girl comes over and grabs the guy's hand and brings him on the dance floor to dance. That's how that go down. So I didn't feel comfortable going up to the girls to dance, but they were very cute, and they were all dressed in schoolgirl outfits. They had the little schoolgirl outfits with, what you see on a little anime cartoons. They all had those on. All the girls were dressed like that. So I couldn't tell if they worked there or is that just the style. That's just how they dress. And they do that a lot. That's considered like, like if you go to Beijing during Halloween, you will see a lot of that. You'll see a lot of it, and they'll dress it up with a little bit of anime. See a lot of girls dressed like that because they know it's considered very attractive. But I kind of sat back and I had a drink. He didn't drink. He had a virgin pina colada. I didn't think he would drink something like that, but that's what he had. And I just kind of watched, and I kind of looked at the girls and try to get their attention without walking over and talking to the girl in front of all these Chinese dudes who gave off that impression like, I don't want you, don't talk to me. That's how it felt. So I didn't want to ruffle any feathers. So I didn't really pick up nothing. But I saw the girl. They kind of looked a little bit to see who I was, but nothing happened. Nothing happened. And that's all I
Okay.
know. I didn't go to like anything big over there.
Okay, bro. All right, brother. That was my last question from you, brother. So, brother, do you want to get callers in, or should we just end the stream right now,
Yeah,
brother? At the hour
absolutely,
mark?
sure, absolutely,
Okay. All right. So let's go for callers, brother. Then we'll see. If no one calls in, we'll end the stream. All right. Any
absolutely.
callers, brothers? Call in if you have any questions for our guest. Y'all got 5 minutes. Call in right now. Okay. Call in. I'm gonna wait for y'all, brothers. If no one calls in within the next 5 minutes, we will end the live stream. So call in if you have any question for our guest. Shout out to Mr. Darius Chambliss for the support. Look up the video titled "Do Filipinas Prefer a White Man or Black Man?" uploaded by the Fuentes family. They said whites are fresh and clean. Oh wow! Bro, what's your thoughts on that, Mr. James? Damn.
Whites are fresh and clean. Well, that can't be true. That can't be true that they think that. Because if there's one thing you will hear from, especially a Chinese girl, especially out in Beijing, who either doesn't date white men or no longer dates white men, one of the things that they say is that they stink and that they're dirty and they're very perverted. They say these things and that they think they're better than everybody. They think they're better than us. They think they're smarter. They think they're cooler, and they think all the girls want them. So they don't really care about your feelings. They don't care to hurt your feelings, and it's always about sex. They never look at Chinese girl as someone that they can fall in love with. These things I've heard.
Okay. Thanks for your opinion there. Shout out to Mr. Rhythm for the support. Are they tuning signals for brothers in Beijing?
Yes. Yes. The darker you are, yes.
Oh, the darker you are. So, brother,
You got
let's
it.
say if you're Akon dark, Kanye West dark, they're checking for brothers, the Chinese chicks.
Tall, dark with muscles. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But they're shy. The good ones are shy. Let me tell you something. I'm even bring Thailand into this and in Beijing at the same time. You ever see in Thailand how the girls are pulling and everything, and they go hi, and they do all that? Good Thai
Yes.
girls don't do that. I said this on the other, when I talk about it. Good Thai girls and they don't do that. However, in Beijing, the Chinese women they have a little more I guess what you say, you know, social awareness. So they feel more comfortable just talking to people. So, but a black guy, probably not. If you're a white guy and you're tall, they will if you're too close, if you're in close proximity, they'll talk to you. They'll open up, they'll go hi, and they'll ask you out. But black guys, no, that's too much. The older ones will. Like if she's 30 years old and she feels that she considers herself attractive, and you walk by her, she's gonna look in your direction. If you throw shooting signals at her, she might come over there and talk to you. But don't don't if you go out to Beijing and you see a nice girl, don't wait for him to talk to you. Just go over here and talk to her. Don't even worry about it.
You're saying, right, brother, that brothers are literally pigeonholed to dating 30 plus Chinese chicks, brother. So, brother, for me, right,
Yes,
if I
sir.
was if I was to date Chinese chicks, brother, right, I'm looking for 20-year-old, 21-year-old, 22, 23, 24. I don't want to be dating no 30-year-old plus chick, brother. So, brother, the reality is for black men is that 30-year-old chicks, brother, from China are our best chances, brother. 30 years
Right.
old plus.
Keep in mind, a lot of those women that are 30 are going to look 21. And be built
Still,
like a
bro.
21-year-old too.
Bro, I don't know. I can't take that, bro. I'm sorry, man. Like, so, bro, so you're telling me, James, right? It's that bad for black men in China that we are actually pigeonholed to dating fair old chicks. Plus, Lord have
Well,
mercy.
yes, yeah. I mean, you have to understand when they're young, they are bombarded with whiteness, and their parents tell them Stay away from black people. And white boy is good because it's good for us. It can help. You can have a good life with them. They paint the picture to their daughters that a white guy is like an angel from the freaking sky, that if you date them, magic happens. It's embedded into their brains. That's why they're like that. Their faces are advertised everywhere as this is considered beauty. I mean, come on. They're brainwashed by their parents, society, and everywhere, just bombarded into their brain over and over again from birth. And then when they're young, if you see a white guy, they're like, oh, wow, Santa Claus. You know what I'm saying? I'm bugging out on you, but that's how it is. That's why they're like that. Their parents do it to them too. Their parents, man, in school, everywhere, advertisement, TV, cartoons, everywhere. And I had to tell when that guy from the Beatles picked Yoko Ono to be his wife, a Chinese woman, excuse me, Korean. She was Korean, but they all identify with it because she looks just like them. That's how they looked at it. That's why it was like that. He literally made it, being white guy in a company of a Chinese woman, godlike. And the dude who killed him, that's why he did it. Go look it up. That's why he did it. All the books that are written on that, that's what they talk about. Because they said he had too much power. And that's why he killed him. And It hasn't slowed down.
Wow. So, brothers, do y'all want to call in, brothers? Come on, call in if you have any questions for our guests. If not, hear your question in the PayPal super chat. We're going to end the stream soon, but this is the perfect time to call in. Brother, I'll be real with you, right? I feel some type of way, bro. Like the fact that, number one, black men are pigeonholed to dating 30, basically leftover women. Because I saw a video the other day that there's a lot of leftover Chinese chicks, right? And I don't want to date a leftover chick. And I don't want other brothers to date leftover Chinese chicks, brother, right? So basically, brother, the white man gets all the best women, brother, in China.
Yes.
And we as brothers get leftover chicks. That don't survive me, bro. Flipping heck.
But it's starting to, but you gotta in the Philippines and Japan, they're losing a lot of that magic. Just like black men are losing that magic in Germany. We're losing that magic. We lost a lot of it in Australia, but we still have a good amount of it in Australia. But we're losing a lot of it in Germany. We got it in Sweden and Hungary and a lot of other places. That we're good. We still got it in France. And the good part about it is the black men that are in France are upholding that. It's actually, we have a good reputation of dating women in France. Our reputation of dating us is actually really good, and they're upcoming. You got brothers are holding it down out in France. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that, bro.
Yeah,
I don't have any intel. No.
Yeah, you gotta. I'll help you find someone. I'll look on YouTube for you. If I can find someone that's maybe I got some people, because I know it's a military base out there, but I don't know anyone who wanted to get stationed out in France, because it's hard to get into. It's hard to get stationed in France. Some people say it's hard to get stationed in Japan, but no, it's hard to get stationed in France because there's a lot of perks, and it is one hell of a perk. It's nice to get stationed in France. It really is. And I never got it. I got stationed in Hawaii. That was my my claim to fame. I got stationed in Hawaii. And
wow.
I was on I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
I got stationed in Hawaii, and I was and I also, my other foreign station instead of visiting was on Eilat, Israel.
Oh, do you have intel on Israel and Hawaii for the channel, brother, in the future?
I have intel on Hawaii, and I have intel on a little bit. My intel on which cause a little bit. I was only here for 2 days. I was only on the military base. That's it. I didn't go any. Well, I did leave the military base a little bit because there was a nightclub there, and we was able to go out and hang a little bit. But this was when I was in the military. I was in the Navy. That was my first tour, and then we went out there, and I got to launch off the carrier, land there and everything. It was fun. But the company that I had, my squadron was very racist. It was very hostile. We had a lot of colorism and racism at the same time. So my military service, when I was during my first 4 years, was Toxic, very toxic. Race riots on my ship and all. Straight up Klansmen, Klan rallies when we're not around. White guys coming up to me, man, when you guys are not around, it's like a Klan rally. And I was like, man, you need to get a tape recorder. Man, it got better though, but not much.
Wow, brother, we got a caller, bro. Soon,
Cool.
And also I've got super chats here I want to read out. So, brother, let me ask this right. So, what is it about, brother? In your opinion, brother, keep it real with me, brother. Right? What is it about us as black men that Chinese women don't like? Brother, for me, right, I'll be real with you, brother. Right? I think that the main reason is that they don't like the way we look, because brother, we look so different from Chinese people, right? I think they don't like our dark skin. They don't like how the shape of our nose, our lips, brother. 'Cause brother, we're so different from how every other race of people are on this planet Earth, brother. Our hair's different, and I think a lot of Chinese women just don't like that, brother. They want that blue-eyed white dude. They want that pale-skinned white dude. They want that long-nosed white dude, and they don't like how we look, brother. Is that the correct statement there, brother? How we look is the problem?
No. Keep in mind, they make themselves like this. And it's bombarded into their head that if you look like this, if you have these features, then you're ugly. So it's in their brain. They make it, they trip it in their brain that consider it's ugly. Now let me explain, let me paint a picture for you. So you guys can understand how this works. If you decide that something is ugly, you will see it as ugly and you will actually start to believe it's ugly until someone or something happens to wake you up. Case in point, I want you to consider something that in front of you, everyone that's watching, say there's something in front of you. Now that something in front of you is actually made of puke and feces and my spit. Now I want you to take that something and put it close to your face. Do you feel a certain way? I just went into your brain and created something. It's that simple. And there's a whole lot of research on this. The names of it, I feel, I'm sounding uneducated right now. I get it because I should have knowledge on this. But you create these realities until you believe them to be the truth. And people do it to themselves. All right? A fad, something that used to be cool, and you thought it was cool, and now you don't think it's cool anymore. Why don't you think it's cool anymore? You thought it was cool then. What happened? You grew out of it. It changed. It's different now. Like they can grow out of hating black people and say, you know what? All right, I'm gonna prove it to you right now. One more time. The guy from the reality TV show, The Bachelor. Remember the black guy?
Yes, the
Black Bachelor. Remember the girl that he ended up marrying, and now they're on Facebook and they're unbelievably happy. You see his Facebook, right?
The white chick,
James.
yeah.
The last name is James. Yep. His girl is gorgeous. She is so freaking pretty, man. And she's sweet. Do you know that she was straight up racist and said she never would date a black man and black men look like monkeys? Did you know that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it was went everywhere. Yeah.
So what
changed?
What happened? Same thing. Same thing. It's the same thing. You can break it. You can break it by being amazing. Learn an instrument, learn the language, learn IT. Get your body right, get your teeth right, drink water, stop eating garbage, don't eat McDonald's. Guys, I'm 48 years old and everyone thinks I'm 28 years old. Everyone. And I still am slacking on my maintenance a little bit, but I'm picking it back up. Start working out with bands and not weights. Do work out with heavy weights and do bands afterwards and burn out with bands. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. We could do a video on that. And what happens is the weights IP, the weight is hard on your ligaments and your bones. You know that, right? So the reason why you muscleize because you're bending on that. When you grab the bands, there's no weight on it. It's pressure, but it's not weight. So you're not hurting anything, and you can burn. You can literally fry your muscles after that. And then boom, run over there, tear that protein up and drink a big bucket of water. Your body will thank you. Your body will thank you. You see my shoulders? They got bigger since I started doing this. I learned this on my own. I didn't get it from nobody. So props to me. And that's what I started doing. And now when I don't have access to a gym, I do have access to a gym, but I don't want to get the membership. I in this area, they want like $100 for the whole month. I'm like, you know what? I got my bands. I got big, thick bands back there. I mean, that little stuff that was kicking back there is big, thick bands, man. And I take them. You take them around the shoulder, come around your back, and go up on the inside and push up. You do your shoulders, bring them on your back, do right here, and do push-ups with them. Grab it around the you can do the you can do the whole workout. Get the heavy ones.
Now? Can you show us?
Yeah. Show me, give me a muscle that you want me to show you. What much you want me to work out?
So let's say you want to get bigger arms with a band, brother.
Big arms. I do shoulder and I'll do arms. Let me show you this one. You're gonna be like, yo, look how thick this joint is. Y'all know. Now I'm gonna show y'all. I'm glad you know this is fun for me, IP. I'm glad you had me doing this, man. I like doing stuff like this because I helping my brothers out. Because you know, IP, man, when you be talking, oh, it doesn't have the weight on it. Well, this one's this 100 pounds. It's 100 pounds, but it's not really 100 pounds when I do it like this. It's more like about 85 pounds. So that's with the dumbbell that I can push up above my shoulder. It's 85. I could probably do more, but I'm kind of scared to. So this is your shoulders. So that's your shoulders. And I couldn't do this before, all right? Now, when you're doing push-ups, you don't want to do this because you'll mess your thumb up. You push out like this, push all the way out, go down, and just do push-up like that. And when you're coming up, it's going to shorten your push-ups. If you can do 100, you're probably going to do like 20. And I can't do the curls with this. Oh, I got the other one that I do curls with. This is a higher band for me. So it's hard for me to do curls with this one too. So I got it right around the chin and boom, your curls.
Okay.
When you want to do the leg, it's real hard to do the legs. I like to do one at a time so I could kind of right up under there and then push up with it. But this is too light, so I grab that one and this one and put them together. And I burn out. I do one leg at a time because I don't like. You can do it where you can put it around your neck like this, but I can't do that. So those are the workouts.
And that burns fat, right? That keeps you very slim. Muscle burns fat.
Yeah, that's not that's muscle. That's like working with dumbbells, man. That's muscle. That's not just cardio. You're gonna burn. You're gonna burn out fast because this is one of the heaviest ones. This is heavy. It's like an 85-pound dumbbell I'm pushing over my head. That's the weight that it is. And you do curls, you can do everything with that. And yeah, man, we can have a whole session, man. I'll show you even more you could do. Because you can even grab them like this. You do your forearms. When you do forearms, don't do that. You do this. And then you pull up like this. I can't do it. This is too heavy for me to do this one. But then you pulling up like this. And you can do shoulders, or you can just put it on your knee and just do like this. Say this I can do. I can't even think of a muscle. The only ones I can't really do is like abs. So I did legs. You could do calves. I mean, you just got to find out the good leverage where you're comfortable, right? And don't be doing no trick stuff. Don't do nothing dangerous because a lot of people get hurt with bands because they be doing some, be careful, like trying to put it on a piece of furniture and do it off that. And you notice I didn't use the gripping on no furniture to do it. Don't do that. You're going to break and it's going to snap and pop you and bust your eye out of your face. So that's the problem. That's the thing people keep doing. They keep doing some crazy, dangerous stuff with them and they be getting hurt.
Thanks for the breakdown, bro. Hold on. Shout out to Mr. Sir Gregor F. I'm living in Shanghai. I'm in Gregor, send me a DM on IG, brother. Reach out to me, brother, ASAP. I'm in a relationship with a Chinese girl, 20s, and mainland girls tend to be naive about the outside world compared to Taiwanese. Are you dark skinned or light skinned, Gregor? Let me know in the chat. But interesting, but we won't get you on the stream to see about life in Shanghai for brothers. That'd be great, brother. Shout
I
out
would love
to
him to come on.
absolutely, man. Shout out to Mr. I Am Waffles for the support. Why are brothers losing the magic in Germany and Japan? Just summarize it for us, brother.
Yo, German girls, and I talk to a lot of German guys about this. I make friends with these guys, and they talk about it, and you can see that they look away, like, and they know that it's America's fault, but not really. And there's a certain culture, a certain demographic of dudes that were coming out here, and they were taking advantage of the subtleness and the openness of German women of dating them, and they were mistreating them, and they were the turmoil that they did is what they talk about. They were saying German girls were easy, which wasn't true. It's just that they were open to dating men from other countries, and they were just dating normally, and they didn't mind dating these guys. And they said German girls was like, hold up, but this happened 20, 30 years ago. And slowly but surely, now it is hard for foreigners to date. And now they got it to where it's hard for men to date, because German women, for the most part, like right here in Frankfurt, I'm about to blow you up the spot. I'm about to show you something right now. Where's my phone? I just TikToked at this. All right.
There is much less of this.
All right, hold up.
All
right. Can you hear it?
I can hear it, yep.
There, I had my ex-boyfriend was black. He was from Africa. Yeah. So it's like an Asian girl. And we were walking, and I swear every time, like, we would get these like crazy stares, like looking at us like monkeys in a zoo, like, ooh, like, and the kids would like follow us and stuff like. It was crazy. In the city, side of Germany. And I was so happy when I moved to Munich and I saw the one like Asians. I was like, oh, there are Asians here. This is so fucking cool. And it's like so many of them. It's so international here. You hear English all the time. It's a big relief for people who are from abroad. Like, of course, I came to Germany not to be only with international people. I came here to like integrate and so on. But it's nice to see people who look like you and who live in a similar situation, who are coming abroad and living there for a long time and so on. So it's nice to see them shape like in the society. Yes, for sure. So there's much less of this staring.
Send me that video on IG, brother. What was happening there? What was happening there?
Did you get the gist of it though?
Yeah. So she said that she was dating an African guy back in China, right?
And they were looking at her like no. She's I'll play it one more time.
There is much less of this staring problems. I can't imagine other small city. Yeah, I lived in a very small city before called Schweinfurt. And there I had my ex-boyfriend was black. He was
that's the part you missed. She was in here. She was in this city, Frankfurt.
No, but she said Schweinfurt, a small city. She said like a small town. Schweinfurt, not Frankfurt.
Yeah.
So somewhere not gone, bro.
Yeah, it's not really that far from here.
Okay.
But yeah.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, brother.
Yeah, like I said. This something that I heard a lot, and the dudes was basically saying like and like I said, this could be you can still do it for we're gonna save this for now, but I'll tell you this though, the women out here in Frankfurt in the nightclubs, they are exactly like American girls, exactly the same. They just speak German, they act like them, they move like them, they smack dudes away. Remember this guy, because it's a packed bar where I was at, and this guy, these girls were at the bar, getting drinks, and they kind of bumped into her. She, boom, just did like that, and turned around. You get the ad like that. I was like, holy shit. I'm like, I didn't know. That's not what I remember. German girls. Now I know they could be aggressive. I know Australian girls could be aggressive. Everybody knows that. They can be very sweet, very conservative, but if you talk them the wrong way, they'll punch you in the face. Australian girls don't play that, y'all. They don't play that. They'll cut you. They don't play that. But there's some they can make a very nice girlfriend to have, as long as you don't bug out. And German girls are the same. But the aggressiveness and the way and guys just say, like, you try to talk to them and they just act like they can't believe you're talking. Like, why are you talking to me? And that YouTube video, I'm going to send you the whole YouTube video. So you can watch the whole YouTube. I want you to watch it all. Don't just use my little TV recorded snippet. I'm going to send you the whole YouTube video. And you guys can, IP, you could probably like do a whole video on that YouTube. It'd probably be pretty cool. Like do snippets of it. They'll probably get a lot of views, a lot more than I would if I do, because I have my channel's too small. But yeah, it's very hard they said that when you walk up to them on the street, it's just weird. This guy in the video actually said that, and they said it's considered creepy to go up to a girl and just out in the general public, where it's not obvious that she's there to meet people. They said they consider that creepy, and that there may be something wrong with you. Like, why would you be doing that? Because she doesn't know you. And I'm like, what? Everywhere is where you go to meet somebody. The worst place to meet people is at bars and nightclubs. And I don't know if he's saying that that's where you go. That's the worst place. The only reason why we all do it when we go to these foreign countries, because that is the most socially open place you can go for in a country. It's about socializing. It's about dancing with people and talking to people. It's like, that's why we do it. You're having fun. You got music playing. There's drinks. There's weed. There's all the above. There's always weed in a club. You can just go to the bartender and just buy it. The club I was at, I don't think you do, but there's a little underground, and they have it there. You pay them, and they'll sell it to you. Because there's drugs everywhere. If I take my phone, if I was doing this on my phone, and I pointed at right outside where I'm at, which is in a red light district, but this hotel it's had a good price on it, and it's real nice in here. I don't have no complaints. But right outside my door is the red light district. Right there. And they are just right there.
Shout out to Mr. Darius for the support. Could you collab with Flight Madness and Webuja? Of course, bro. Of course. Yeah, I'm happy to do that, brother. Happy to do that. Shout out to Mr. Royal Black, the Crypto Rude podcast. Appreciate you, bro. What is the name of the brand of the bands you are using? Also respect IP.
I got 2 different types. Here's one. You can see that one goes to 85 pounds. And that one feels like 65 pounds when I just do it with these. And just so y'all know how much, this is crazy. I don't know what I can do in dumbbells now, but I'm used to grabbing the 65-pound dumbbells and pushing them up 25 times around there. And I was able to do this 25 times. Now I do this 40 times and do this 22 times. And I got stronger faster because I'm not damaging my muscles as much as I did with the dumbbells. And the other one, I don't know what the name of this, but I don't know if I'm holding it right. Or that way. Fuck. Umi. The reason why I got different brands is because they have the bands go on sale different times. And always buy them on sale because they can get expensive. I don't know why they shouldn't be as expensive as they are, but for some reason, I'll go and buy the same band because I lost one because if I'm moving, I'm always going somewhere. And they just jump in price. And it's good to take these with you because gym membership is hard when you're going to another country. You know about that, IP.
Yep.
And sometimes it's hard. You may not, you find a good hotel or Airbnb and everything is good about it, except you don't have access to a gym. Use the bands.
Well, let me bring in a caller. How long do you have left, James? Just so I can possibly.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. I just got to go get my clothes, but I'm good.
Let me bring in Jay Takashi in the background. Jay, give me a thumbs up, bro. Camera on. You good? Okay, let me bring in Jay in the background. Let's go. What's going on, Jay? How you doing, brother?
How you doing, brother? Well, first of all, shout out to brother IP. Shout out to the brother that's on here telling brothers they need to get in shape, which I am all for. I'm actually, like I said, in about an hour, so I got to go to the gym myself. But I want to tell everybody here, what he's saying, he's not wrong about the bands and stuff. I actually, my brother, my older brother, he uses those a lot when we go to the gym. And the thing is, he does use them off of the sort of kind of actual contraptions that we use for, like, you know, weightlifting and things like that. And it's just like for kettlebells. But he does calisthenics with them. Calisthenics. And that actually helps. It actually, like I said, it works all the muscles, shoulders. Like I said, even the back shoulders is what you really want. Because I tell people, like I said, I have a tattoo on my back. So I build a lot of back muscle because I want there to be a lot of muscle on my back.
How do you do your bands for the back?
For the back, so how he explained it to me, and he actually showed me. So what you would do is, so you know how you have your bands labely, whenever you have them around like your chest around area. Now what he would do was he would wrap it behind, and then every time he would push off, it's similar to a push-up, because whenever you do push-ups, you're not just working on your, because I know you said you can't work on, it's hard to do it on your chest, right? Like what you said earlier, it actually builds up on your back. So if you do it like this and you push off like a push-up, but you do it on the ground with enough weight.
Yeah, and that's the push-up. But I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah.
The one you want to do is you could grab and pull it around a bar, hold them like this straight out, and pull them straight down. Right off something like a crowbar. Like, just find something strong and make sure it's strong, or you're gonna rip it off the wall. Which kind of diesel ass. You're gonna rip it off the wall.
Yeah. Okay. Funny enough, don't worry. He didn't
when
get
you're
hurt.
pulling down like
he
that,
tried that one time.
that gets that all up in there, and by the time you get like there, you're doing that. And the other one is when you coming up, and you could just do the push. You could grab this with your thumb and then push out like that.
Oh, that's
okay. And if you do it, you got a band, and just hold it, you will feel it in your back. And it's gonna hurt, because when you burn that, you're gonna be hurting the first time you do that. The following day, your back is gonna hurt. So you may want to do it on a Friday, or when after
on a weekend. I know what you mean.
You're gonna be hurt. You're gonna be in work, and you're not gonna be doing very well.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why I actually agree with what you're saying is because the thing is, I tell people, listen, if you want to avoid early back problems, build up the lower muscle on your back. If you do that, that actually saves you from having lower back problems if you continuously to work on that. Now, yes, you're going to feel some pain, but not like, oh, I can't walk anymore. It's just going to be hurt. It's just going to be stiff for a while.
How do you exercise your lower back?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry, IP. What'd you say?
How do you exercise your lower back?
That pulling right there. That when you get it down right here, you're going to do, because when you're doing this IP, I mean, you know, with your physics brain, your back has to correct that when you're doing that. So when you bring it up high, your back's correct up there. Bring it to the middle and bring it lower. Your back has to correct that. That's why you end up working your lower back. Yeah. So you're gonna exercise that back. And when you're doing your pull-ups, when you're doing the back, make sure that's the last exercise. Shoulders first, then the push-ups, then do the back. And the other thing too, if you have in your hotel, you got a V corner where you could do this, do your dips. Put the strap over here, right here, like that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get it around. I don't put it on my neck. I do around, like, on the back. And I do my dips. What this is, and this was told by Razor Ray. I don't know, y'all know Razor Ray. Razor Ray even taught me about this too. I kind of knew it before, but he put the nail on it. High reps is gonna make it hard for you to grow muscle. And I've always known that, because when you do high reps, you have to eat a whole lot more to gain muscle. And those are the bodybuilders who are trying to get that V-rip and get big, which is too much for a regular dude trying to get nice with a regular life. You're going to have to dedicate yourself. You're going to have to eat dumb. If you ain't trying to be a bodybuilder, man, just kill that.
Hey, bro, Michael B. Jordan. That's what they got to do.
Yeah,
That's what he does.
Y'all don't need to do all that. And you're gonna look good anyway, as long as you don't eat garbage, because you're gonna get the V. You get the V by eating clean. You get the V by eating clean, eating chicken, a little bit of beef, not a lot of beef. You know, I eat beef once a month. IP. Once a month. Once a month, I wild out. And I go and I have a burger. I go to a restaurant. Like when I was living in Vegas, I was spoiled with it, bro. I would go to a restaurant. I would go to the Hell's Kitchen joint, get the like $40 burger.
That cheat day, I got you.
Or I go to Yardbird at the Venetian and get the chicken and waffles or the chicken and mashed potatoes. Their fried chicken is slamming. It's the best in Vegas. The chicken waffles in Las Vegas, the Venetian, Yardbird at the Venetian is the best chicken and waffles in Las Vegas, okay? Hands down, nothing beats that. It's real chicken and real Belgian waffles. Real. Don't go to anywhere else. But you kick your mind, you're going to pay like $40 or $50. But it's worth it. But yeah, once a month, I get chocolate cake, ice cream, apple pie, you name it. Learn how to cook. If you don't know how to cook and all you're doing is eating out, you ain't getting healthy.
No, not.
Get a cookbook. Get YouTube. Learn to cook. All right. I used to make apple pies. You'd be like, how you gonna eat apple pie that's healthy? I use monk fruit sugar. Okay. I use almond flour. I use almond milk with no sugar in it. I use egg whites. It's actually it's not bad for me at all. I even asked when I told my nutrition what I did, she was like, wow. I was like, I'm gonna bake you a pie. I baked my nutritionist a pie. She tore it up.
I like
toe it up.
Man.
Next time I had a watch, she looked at me and was like, "Oh my God, I was surprised." She bakes it from now on right now. Learn how to cook, man. I cook for myself here. I don't even eat out. I don't be eating out of Germany, but they can't cook. You can't cook out here, man. You got to go to the Turks out here. Turkish women in Germany, different story.
No, that's true. So what was that? Different story.
Turkish women in Germany is a different. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry, IP.
So what do you say Turkish women are what?
They're different. They're a different story in Germany. But because their men are pushed back on dating foreigners because Turkish men have a hard time dating German women out here. Okay? Unless they're just above average. You know what I mean? Not the normal Turkish guy. They have a hard time dating the German women. So now, and even black guys, they don't really want to see their women with other men, but it's almost impossible to stop them from dating white German guys. It's almost impossible. So they can try to make it hard for us, but they're not bugging on us. Every time I meet a Turkish dude, he's cool as stuff. They try to say that Turkish dudes are racist against black guys out here. Man, it ain't true. You may have a Turkish dude that's racist against black people somewhere out there in Germany, but you cross them, just say, you say that wrong thing again, I'm gonna lay you out, and he's gonna walk away. He's not gonna just, or he's gonna say, if you put your hands on me, I'm gonna call the cops and I'm gonna sue you. Just keep it real with him and just get away. But it's easy to stay out of trouble out here. I'm just exaggerating because I've dealt with a lot of stuff throughout my life, and that's why I have that aggressive talk to say that's what I'm gonna do. You don't want to know what I've been through. Most people who've been through what I've been through, half what I've been through, you end up in a mental institution. But anyway. It's a different story with the Turkish woman. I dated a Turkish girl while I was here, and how it ended is a whole nother story in itself. And I really would like to save that for my Frankfurt, Germany video with you. There's a lot I'm saving it for. I'm like holding back because I want to save it for that video because I want to have that whole video full of this spice stuff, man. But yeah, it's a different story. They don't have that. All I said about the German women, none of it's in their head. Unless they grew up German, they might be like that. But still, even though they grow side by side with the German girls, they still venture off into their own way of socializing and being because of their family. And a lot of Turkish families, even if they're German born, they keep that Turkish culture in them, and it's good. They keep it. They keep it, and it's very good because the Turkish people, they hold it down, man. We good with them, man. Turkish people, the Turks, we're good with them, y'all. And even though they keep saying that when they go out in Turkey, they experience racism. It's not racism. It's not. What it is they just don't F around.
Yeah, they got a lot of stores they run in Germany, brother. They're economic force in Germany.
They
Even
don't
in
mess
UK
around.
too.
That's all. That's it.
Yeah.
They just don't mess around. Like Albanians, everyone knows Albanian dudes. You mess with them, it's like, yo, a fight. I'm gonna try to kill you.
Mm-hmm. Right.
All right.
And it's
do
like
you have a-
this. Bro,
sorry,
go
bro.
ahead. I'm sorry.
Do you have a question, J.T. Kasha, in
Yeah.
China?
You have a question for me
I
about?
do. I do, brother. So, well, actually two, but I'll make one quick. So, this right here, you can use this to tighten your core and your lower back.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm sure you've seen these guys. I actually purchased this thing on IG, and I've been using it. I use it for my indoor workouts, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a kettlebell in here. I can show you. Look, it's about a 30-pound, and I have this. And there's so much I can do with that kettlebell, and I can do with this. That actually helps me strengthen my core and my chest. And like I said, this actually helps the stomach, chest, and back.
How do you use that? And where'd you buy it from? What's it called?
It's hard to pronounce with this thing. So basically, it's like a roller. So if you type in exercise roller, you'll get one of these. But I bought this from IG, and it wasn't even expensive at all, guys. It was like maybe like $49 for this thing, and that's because it actually has a rolling. You can actually roll it on the carpet on any type of surface. I've done it outside on the ground, and it's just no difference. And it even comes with a little mat that you put both your knees down like this, kind of like how you're in Japan. Like you go down on your knees like this, then you bend over, and then you put your arms on each one, and then you do this. That's
I have a question. I used to see. I'm 48, so I go back to where they had the two handles and just the wheel.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Dangerous. And I used to do it. I didn't put my knees. So we was some cycle muscle dudes. So we never put our knees. We just put our feet and roll all the way out to the feet and then come all the way back, almost about to break the back. Can you do that with that one too?
Say it one more time, the last part. You say.
Can you do on that one? Because it looks like that's designed to be safer. Because the one I was talking about, it was 100% considered one of the most unsafe exercise mechanical devices ever created. That's what they said about it. With the handles in the wheel, they said it was like dangerous as dangerous can get. That's what they said.
My friend had one, and it was an old school one too, which is really crazy because I think that was his dad's. And he said it's very dangerous to do that because you're rolling it up on your chest, and if you fall, you can like literally bust your face on the freaking thing. If you
probably, that's what they said. But they said when you're doing it in the balance like that, you can hurt your back. That's what they said. About.
Yeah,
and you can hurt your shoulders and all that. But this one right here is designed to be you do this, and it's supposed to be safer. You don't get hurt. But can you do it to where your knees don't touch, and the only thing that's touching the ground is the device in your feet? Because that's why you do it with the roller.
No.
Is it just as hard to do it like that with that one?
No, it's not harder. It's actually easier, at least from how I get it.
That's good.
And the reason why I'm gonna tell you is because they have an advanced way of doing it, and it's like so for beginners, for girls or dudes, they would just roll down like this with still being chest up. With the dudes, like if you're advanced, you put the knees together, lift them up a little bit, and then you just go off like that. Like what you're saying. You can do it with this. And thanks for the guy in the chat for correcting me what it was. It's an ab roller, but also it's used, but you can also use it for your back because you're actually strengthening 3 different things at once. And like I said, your arms won't feel, I promise you, when I did this I did it for a section of like 4 days, for like 4 days. My arms were fine. My forearms were fine. I didn't feel any soreness at all. And like I said, you put them right here for when you're doing it. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't like hurt up against anything. You're not pressing against any of the plastic or quote unquote, like I guess exterior of it. And it works just fine. And like I said, I'm seeing results. Like guys, I got rid of like 5 pounds literally easy. But I had to tend to that regimen that you talk about, brother. You like stay away from fast food. And I ate white rice. I ate green beans.
You can eat it once a month. You good. Once a month. You guys are fine. Like your body's gonna all you gotta do is after you eat, get your junk food on that once a month, drink a whole bunch of water, do a 12-hour fast, and back to eating your healthy regimen and working out. And your body won't even know it hit. It'll go in and out of your body like nothing. If you do it right. All right. So but the other thing too, there's a way to work your abs with bands, but you need a good hookup. You hook the bands around your leg here, and you got to keep your knees elevated. You can't completely straighten them out, and you grab something here and you pull up, just like that.
Oh, okay.
But a lot of people can't do it because you gotta have a good balance, or it's gonna pop off and snap. But that's the only one I know. Or you can put it on the floor and use a chair. You brace yourself and you lift the legs up.
Oh yeah,
because this is about travel.
That's
Because we're travel. This is the travel world here. You know what I'm saying? Where are you, by the way?
Oh, brother, I'm currently in South Carolina right now. And
I saw all the Asian stuff, and you said you were coming on this chat to be interested. So I thought you was in it for one of the Asian.
Oh no, I'm not there yet. But like I said, I'll be going to Japan sometime this year. Actually, is what I plan on doing.
I see. I'm saying you got a whole Japan thing going on over there, man. You trying to do it?
Man. Hey man, listen. Hey man, listen. I worked hard for it, brother. But the thing important to me is that I do agree that most. And this goes for everybody out here who's watching this stream. And shout out to IP for bringing his brother on. I'm glad he's talking about health and exercise. It's important. You can have a cheat day, but the difference is you gotta cook your own food. Because guys, I've gotten to the point now where I just cook my own food. Like I said, I buy enough stuff to last 3 weeks. I'm trying to make it last the whole month. Is what I'm really trying to do. I meal prep. Like just 2 days ago, I meal prepped some freaking boneless chicken breast, some green beans and things like that. And I'm good to eat that for the next 3 or 4 days. And then after that, I just do it. I do it again. And, I do something else and just add on to it. But the thing is, I stay away from fast food. I stay away from that because I can't stand it at this point because my stomach and my tongue don't agree with that anymore. Actually, it's just not good anymore to me. It's just not. And also the water.
Burger and fries. I'm never gonna lose my taste buds for that.
No. I'll say this. There's one. There's one fast food. There's one fast food that's bad for me, but I know it's good. It still tastes good as that Wendy's burger. I'll agree with you on that.
Oh my
I will
God,
agree with you on that. I'm sorry, that Baconator is.
You broke the law just now, man. You just. Oh my
God, brother, you brought it up.
IP. Are you down with the Wendy's burgers?
Every once in a while, yo.
IP, are you down with the Wendy's burgers?
He got Wendy's on the screen. Actually, I won't rely on the background because I see Wendy's First Kitchen. That's what I see.
IP, you there? What happened to him?
Sorry,
IP, you there?
Did you have a question?
Oh, yeah, no, we just talking about like fasting. I was just saying, do you have a cheat day, or do you eat healthy, or how do you do it?
So I try and eat healthy, man. I do have a cheat day sometimes. So cook my own food, oatmeal. So I want to ask about your diet. So oatmeal is in my diet. What else is in my diet? Potatoes is in my diet. Baked beans is in my diet. Cheese is in my diet. What else do I have in my diet? Pasta is in my diet as well. But I want to eat more vegetables. So Jay, what is your diet in terms of like eating vegetables and
vegetables?
Greens?
Brother. Oh, brother, I got a bunch. Now I will say this: I don't eat green peas. You'll never get me to eat that. I don't care who y'all.
You're missing out.
Never eat that. Man. I'm sorry, brother. I can't do it. I don't like them. I don't like the taste of them. It's just like corn to me, and I can't eat that either.
You're missing out. But go ahead.
I got my father's taste buds. I'm sorry. I got that. But like I got tomatoes, brother, lettuce. So it's basically I got like a pound of lettuce and I broke it apart and then I customize my own salads. So anything from salads to tomatoes to green beans to greens. And I actually like seaweed and spinach now. That is actually Japan has actually got me liking those things now. They do taste good. If you cook it right, it tastes good. I won't lie. Just like at its base level,
right there. That's the case in point. You cook it right. Yes, you can make
greens cook it right.
Real good. Steam them with some garlic, margarine, and salt.
Yep, exactly. So and also what we got carrots, potatoes. I grew on the potatoes, brother. I actually eat baked potatoes, but here's the thing, guys. I don't eat any butter anymore. I've actually stayed off butter for 6 years. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. And I can. It's just like I said. I don't eat. I eat rice straight. I don't eat it with any butter whatsoever. People won't think I'm weird, brother. But I'm eating this. I'm eating this stuff.
I'm worried about that. I eat olive oil margarine, which is not bad.
Right.
You ever eat olive oil margarine? A lot of people don't like the taste of
Yeah.
it. I do. I freaking love the taste of it. So I'm good.
No, I actually got used to the taste of that. My military brother got me on that. He told me like, yo, you should try that, man. And he got back in shape and he started using that.
Pretty clean.
And it works. It works. And also IP for vegetable, there is okra now you have to cook that right. Particularly, that's not an everyday thing. But if you're gonna add that to your repertoire, yes. My friend got me to steam it. He said, I want you to eat, like, if you're gonna cook this, dude, steam it. I don't need it fried. As much as I would love to, I can't do it.
So what do you eat in the morning, brother? So so break down morning, afternoon, night, particularly when you're getting muscle. So let's go with you first, Jade, and after we do James after. What's your average diet in morning, evening, and night and afternoon?
So, okay, this is going to be a weird answer for you because it's like either or in the morning. And the reason why, guys, I actually don't eat breakfast in the morning sometimes. Yeah, and the reason why I don't is because I'm burning off that, because whatever I ate last night, I have to exercise that off. So normally it's either a pre-made smoothie that I make with like protein and things in it that I make. And it's basically all fruit. It's all, like I said, fruit. And I do some vegetables in there once in a while. And that's really it for breakfast till afternoon. Now for like afternoon and dinner, my probably more likely in hindsight, my Japanese wife, I'm probably hating me because I don't eat breakfast, more likely. But so for lunch, I eat so it's like really three things. It's either a thing of green beans, a thing of salmon, just like a little slice, and like I said, baked, guys, no fried, baked, and a thing. And then I have a thing of white rice with that. And that's just enough portions. And that's just enough to like give me on the rest of my day. And then after I get done eating lunch, I go to the gym. And this is where the muscle comes in. So since I'm going to be building up muscle after I do all this heavy weightlifting, calisthenics, and brothers with the waistband and stuff. So what I'll do is I'll eat a thing of beef, a thing of, and guys, bread is very, very optional, but sometimes you gotta stay away from it. It's a thing of beef with bread, and then I have a salad with that, and that's how I that's actually what I actually do to end my day off. But that's because I'm doing a lot of cardio, I'm doing running, I'm doing a super intense workout that I have to compensate for all the muscles and protein in my bodies that I'm trying to like get, because I just burned myself out.
You want to be ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I say rib, but more like, okay, here's a base level. Everybody knows how Chadwick Boseman and them all looked. So you want to be athlete cut shred is what you want to be. Mm-hmm. You want to be shredder, athlete cut. And I know what you said about bodybuilding. That's going to take a lot more eating of the beef than what I'm talking about.
Because you want to be ripped and big like bodybuilders, man.
Well, I don't think I'll be like a bodybuilder, brother. But
I'm just saying, when people
athletic cut. When I say
people going to the gym to get that, you got to understand that. That's
you have to sustain it.
What your body needs to go through, and what you're forcing your body, what you're forcing your digestive system to do is extreme, and is not good for the body. You may look like you're Olympic god, but it takes a toll. All bodybuilders say what your body has to go through to transition. This is how you have a conversation, then you have an argument, then you have a fight, and then you have an agreement and getting in shape. A conversation, an argument, a fight, then an agreement. That agreement is when you have a regiment, you have your diet, right? Which is what I'm in. I have my program. It's the same old. I make a little adjustments here and there. And because you have to, now you have an agreement. Every once in a while you have a new conversation. All right, let's try this and that. Sure, I don't know. And you keep going. That's how your body does. That fight is painful. It hurts. And it's a discovery too. More reps, higher weight, bands, no bands, bands and weight, whatever the case may be. Go to the gym, drag yourself to the gym, all of that. That's the fight. The argument is getting yourself to do it. Like, no, I'm I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'm gonna get a personal trainer. Oh, I'm gonna eat protein. I'm gonna stop eating burgers here. I just gonna eat these fries. It's crazy. It's crazy. But once you get to that agreement, life is good. Because now you know you're gonna have that longevity. And just so you know, Asian women love muscles.
Thank you. He knows.
Is that
Especially
so?
Thai women. Yeah, Thai women love muscles. Why does anybody know that? All these fat dudes running around Thailand? I was like, what are you doing? Thai women love muscles. Thai women love muscles.
Right.
Okay? Chinese women, especially in their black men, they love muscles in their black men. All women who like black men do.
I got a question, brother. So, what's your diet like, brother James? When you're bulking or to get protein in the morning, afternoon, night, evening?
All right, in the morning, I make my very own waffles. I use almond flour. I use a bunch of eggs, egg whites. All right, I use olive oil. I use monk fruit sugar, and of course, I have my my powder for baking soda. I mean baking powder to rise it, but you use a lot. I mean you have to use a lot. And sometimes I add a little bit of cheese for some taste and something like that. And I put a lot of blueberries in there. I ate a lot of blueberries, and I get my almond milk, and I put that in a waffle. I put my olive oil, margarine, okay, a little bit of nuts with my blueberries in there, and I eat that in the morning, and it's slamming. And I eat a lot of chicken. Sometimes I go to the supermarket, and I like to change my meat up. I steam all my vegetables. I like to eat squash. I like to use carrots. And when I'm bulking, after I eat my lunch and I come from the gym, my shake has protein powder with 0 sugar in it and 0 preservatives. 0 sugar. Should be no sugar in your protein powder. That makes no sense whatsoever. None. Right. Yeah. It makes no sense. The right sugar in a protein powder. What? That's where this guy too, he said, yeah, but you have to understand, we like to put weight on. We want to be big dudes. And I go, eat a cookie, motherfucker. But anyway, I'm just saying, I don't want it in my protein powder. You want that, I don't. And that's why it's hard to find them without sugar in it, because of these dudes. But anyway, I got my protein powder and I put my spinach in there, my baby spinach. Sometimes I put carrot juice. Sometimes I put like an extra fruit, like the blueberries in there. But an inside thing, I don't really like to put the blueberries in my protein shake, because when you liquefy the blueberries, you stain your teeth. I like to put it in my powder.
He knows.
And I kind of like to put like a blueberry with the bananas and the nuts, and I crush it up, and that's like dessert for me throughout the week. Or if I don't make my apple pie, I'll do something like that. And for dinner, is almost always chicken. And sometimes if I don't feel like doing the chicken, I'll make myself some hard-boiled eggs. And then I'll put it in a microwave, warm that up, and throw some fruit and vegetables on there with the egg, fruits and vegetables with the eggs. My steamed fruit, my broccoli, my squash, my carrots, my spinach. And those are the ones I really eat. I don't really, not a lot of different other vegetables. But sometimes I eat cucumbers, and it's pretty much my normal here. But I improvise a little bit here. But what I'm eating here, like I'm cooking on my food. I don't even have an oven, and I'm cooking here.
Okay, so now do you brothers do you drink protein shakes? Like, do you buy like a protein shake from like a store? Why not?
Absolutely not. Sugar.
Okay.
No.
Interesting.
No
do you take protein shakes, Jay?
No. I did for a period of time, and then after that, I started making my own, because I realized, like what he said, they got sugar in them. And so what I did, I just made them. I just made a custom. I actually have a portable blender in here, actually, guys, and I just started doing it from there. And like I said, I looked up ways of not adding sugar into it. Like I said, I blended actual fruit, things like that, and also I've also done it without fruit, and actually made healthy protein shakes. So Your best bet, I'm gonna keep it real with all y'all, is your best bet. You're better at making it yourself. I'm gonna keep it real.
And how
You are,
do you make your own protein shake?
Brother James. You want to tell him?
Well, I was just saying that when my protein shake, that's what I put in there. I got my fruits and vegetables, and sometimes I'll do blueberries in there sometimes, but most of the time I don't because it does sting your teeth. And you want to have nice teeth. You want that alpha smile, man. That goes a long way. But definitely bananas are in there. Green bananas. As soon as they start to get yellow, throw them away. It's sugar. But fruit sugar is not bad. But banana sugar, the sugar that if they have to start pulling sugar from bananas, that's gonna be like regular sugar. That's probably one of the worst sugar from fruit you can get. The best is monk fruit sugar. And when if you get a packet of monk fruit sugar and you can go on Amazon and you turn around and you look at the nutrition facts, it'll blow you away. You can't believe that's actually sugar. And it is very good tasting sugar. If I make that apple pie for you, you would tell me I'm lying. There's no way. There's sugar in this apple pie. I'm like, nope. Nothing but monk fruit sugar. A whole cup of that shit. Bam.
Okay, brother. I'm gonna add that. I'm gonna actually. I saw what you were talking about, and I'm about to order me a pack of that stuff actually.
Because I like my sweets, so and I figured out a way to make it healthy, so I do.
But where's the protein in the shake you make, James? What's the actual protein?
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. I didn't even say it. I buy ISOPRO. Let me see if I can pull it up on Amazon. Because I'm in Germany, so I can only put up.
Yeah, my diet's got to improve as well, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like I try to be healthy, but I do slip up sometimes.
I remember you was talking what you call about that. I remember that one.
Yeah, I remember you telling
you guys were talking about that. You say you slip. I said,
that.
"Come on, IP, you got to get that up, man. You know you got to look good, man."
Hey man,
I remember saying that. I was like, "Nah, IP, not you, man."
Yeah,
I'm slacking, man.
They don't sell it here, but it's called ISOPRO, and it's the number one that has a lot of protein in it and zero sugar. It literally has a big giant 0 with the percent sign. 0, no sugar, no extra preservatives, and don't buy chocolate protein shakes, protein powder.
Don't.
It's gonna mess your teeth up, and it has extra garbage in it. The one you want is the vanilla. That is the best one.
Vanilla.
They all have taste. There's no way to get from it. There's no tasteless protein. Vanilla is the best one because it's light.
It is.
Okay. So you do use protein shakes, but it's low sugar protein shake.
Sorry, I didn't say that. My bad.
And you mix it with like a banana, green bananas, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting. Wow.
Pineapples,
you got it right.
Apples. You name it.
Yeah, even like
get inventive.
Yeah,
my nutritionist told me if you really want to get healthy, eat a rainbow of vegetables.
I love them.
Different colors. And there's a woman on YouTube, her Fully Raw Christine. Look her up. She's skinny, but she'll make you like skinny girls. Fully Raw Christine. I'm telling you right now, she's gonna make you like skinny girls. I'm telling you right now, the girl is very attractive, and she likes brothers too. I think she used to date a brother. If you look at her old videos, this Big Diesel brother, she used to. I don't know if she messed. They stopped dating or something like that. He probably did something stupid. Yeah, probably did something stupid. He a Terry Crews type dude. Yeah, he was like, but she teaches you how to make she gonna make you buy stuff. All she does is eat fruits and vegetables. That is it. And then you look at her, she gonna look like that at 80. I'm telling you, she gonna look like that at 80. That woman is clean as a whistle, the way she eats. And I try to follow her, but I think because I'm about to be 50 in 2 years, so we all getting there, IP. So so you could do this, IP. There's something people don't think about. You could actually follow Fully Raw Christine to the max, right? And then on the side, you could eat eggs. You could just put some olive oil in the pan, eat some eggs, a little bit of cheese, some goat cheese, right? and then have your protein shake, and you have your protein. You can eat all the eggs you want. Eat 5 of them, and you'll be full. I'm saying don't put too much. You can put garlic on there, and some people say salt. I use a salt substitute. Salt substitute, no sodium, and put that on there, and you good. You don't have to eat all that stuff. Your brain is telling you, well, I have to eat that so I can enjoy my meal. No, you don't. You don't like an egg sandwich? I will tear an egg sandwich up. Were you crazy? Shoot, man, I love eggs. Love eggs. And you can you can eat once a month. You can go out and you can have a steak and still keep that clean body like Fully Raw Christine. Look up, she's the best one on the internet. You could do that, guys. That's even cleaner than what I'm doing.
How do you brothers season your chicken? Because obviously, like, so some dudes I know eat chicken with no season. I can't do that. It's got to be seasoned, but keep it healthy. Go on, bro.
I can give you a hand. Okay, this is what I use. And I think the brother James has heard of this seasoning too. So I use adobo. I don't use any seasoned salt. I don't use any garlic. Now you can use garlic. So I use it for my boneless chicken breast and chicken in general. I tap a little bit on it, and then and actually, you know what? I'm about to give you guys a breakdown quick. So when I buy boneless chicken breast, I normally I normally rinse it off, and then I put rub olive oil on the bottom, so it doesn't get hard or stick to the bottom whenever you bake it. Because like I said, all my stuff I cook, I normally bake, and then I put a little bit of adobo on it. And then by the time it gets done, like I can chop into pieces. You actually have a taste on it, it doesn't taste bland. It's tender and juicy, and it's not dry. Because I'm gonna say it very loudly, I hate dry chicken. I hate that crap. That's not chicken to me. Like it's literally some dry wood stuff. But if you put adobo on it or garlic, that's a good, like I said, that's a good substitute for like seasoned salt or salt in general, for any type of thing that causes a lot of sodium. Those are good substitutes for what I'm saying. Now, just don't get stupid with the adobo or stupid with the garlic. That's all I'm gonna say. If you put enough of it on there, it tastes good. I promise you, because I've tried. Like I said, I've had no problems with how my chicken tastes. Now I don't eat that straight. I need seasoning. I don't care what anyone says. I need at least a little bit of it on there. And
you can eat a lot of garlic.
Garlic's fine. Garlic's fine. That's always been proven for health benefits. Garlic's fine. But I just said don't get stupid with it and put it all over your entire chicken. Just make it all taste like that. That's what I mean when I say that. Because a lot of people tend to go a little bit overboard with that. And I saw it and I've tasted it and I'm like, okay, guys, that's too much. Go a little bit lighter on it. But but if you do it, IP, you will see the benefits of what I'm talking about. Like I said, it'll taste good with your salad. It'll taste good with either your white rice you cook with it, and it'll taste good. Actually, people don't normally eat stew a lot, but it'll taste good with a stew too as well.
I'll show y'all what I do.
Sure, brother.
I keep trying to show it because I'm limited to what I can order in Germany. Because I order on Amazon in Germany, but I don't know if y'all can see it because for some reason what
is that? What's it called?
I'm trying to show the sauce substitute that I've been getting in Germany. It's not the greatest, but it is better. It is.
Okay, right there. That's perfect. So we can kind of see it when you took it to the side like that.
Is there a name for that substitute sauce? Or is it what's it called?
The name. It's a German name. It's called RAAB. Rob.
RAAB.
Rab.
Okay.
Rab.
And it's from Vitahood, so it's a healthy. It's considered very healthy. In Germany, and it tastes real good. It tastes real good, man.
So, brother, how do you season your chicken, James?
I use a substitute salt. I use garlic and I use pepper.
Okay.
I use lemon juice. Sometimes I use lemon juice. A lot. Actually, lately I've been using lemon juice a lot, but that's it. And sometimes I use my monk fruit sugar to sweeten it up.
Nice. So, brother, now let me ask you, brother. So, how'd you get like a fat stomach, like abs? Is that all diet and exercise, or
that's a diet?
Diet.
Now you can work you work abs. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're not dieting right, you ain't gonna get no flat abs.
That's what you need to get that.
I
You gotta
do
eat healthy.
my leg lifts. So you can even do it in a chair, and you can just come up like that and do your leg lifts. You know, leg lifts in the chair, man. Come on the edge of your chair like this, do your leg lifts and just go out. And just kill it. You know, you don't gotta kill your abs, man, because if you want like that V and stuff like that, you're gonna have to do a good diet. Because I remember I was
all protein, no fat, no carbs, just all
right,
protein.
no fat, and you know, and get your carbs right. But remember, when you in that gym, you know, or you working with the bands, you gotta have cardio in there too. You have to have your cardio for the V. But if you overdo with your cardio, you're not gonna get too much bigger, but you're gonna look great. You're gonna be slim. But like me, I want my big upper body. I've always been this way. I feel better when I got my big shoulder. And that's why I'm always doing this, always doing this, always doing this. I want my big upper body. I just don't look right without it. I look weird. I look like an anorexic dude. I don't like it, man. I don't like being skinny.
I feel you, bro.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 80 years old. I'm gonna be Diesel. I'll figure out a way. There's plenty of people 80 years old, caught Diesel. If they can do it, I can do it. I don't see why I can't.
I've seen a lot of 40 and 50-year-olds.
75 years old, looking like an Olympic person. Looking like he can compete. Looking better than me than I am right now. 75.
I got a super chat here. Shout out to Mr. A voice swearing, please, bro. Shout out to Demswood for the support. No Chinese women for me. They're racist in the UK. Yep.
Yeah, that's true. In the UK. Yep.
Yeah,
they come to the UK. That's like I said, when they come to the UK, that's what they do. They're buying whiteness.
Facts, man. So we're gonna wrap it up soon. Is there any closing statements you want to say just to Kashi about fitness or about China, brother, at all?
I would say this: if you want to go where friendly, beautiful Chinese women, absolutely go for Black brothers. You already talked about IP, Vancouver, Canada. I lived in Seattle, and whenever I met one that came down from Seattle, I was blown away. How pretty they were, and how friendly they were, and open, and just talkative. And I'm like, I've never seen this before. Because in Connecticut, they are like, just the ones in Connecticut, just leave them alone. Just leave them alone. Just leave them alone. IP, just leave them alone. If you see him, just that woman, no different than the rest of them. Leave them alone in Connecticut. Unless they deliberately walk over to you and strike up a conversation, just be like, hi, yeah, it's over there. Okay. That's it. Never communicated when I was in Connecticut. And it was just known. All right, I learned at a young age, just leave them alone.
Brother, is that Chinese women that were born in China or Chinese women that were born in Canada that love you in Seattle?
In Seattle? The ones who used to come, the ones who came down from, because Vancouver likes coming to Seattle. Seattle was a very nice city. It's a nice city. And they like us out there. They love tall, fit, educated brothers in Seattle. No hoodlum. They will bounce. They will flee from you behind. If you talk, yo, what up? Gone. Peace. They ain't messing with you like that. No, not the good ones out there.
But are the Chinese women coming from Vancouver, brother? Are they actually Chinese that were born in China, or are they Canadian Chinese that were born in Canada?
You did ask me. I'm sorry about that. Yes, both. Both. You have them both out there because they have family. They stay connected with their families out there. So both of them, but the ones that are born and raised in Vancouver, even better.
Awesome.
And they come down and they like black dudes. They go for black dudes more than the white guys. Those from Vancouver.
Facts. I've been there myself.
Facts.
It was they're really checking for brothers out there in Vancouver. Jay, do you have any closing statements, brother?
Well, since we talk about Vancouver, let's see. First of all, shout out to our brother Sean Davis. Hopefully he gets better. He's out of Vancouver. He's one of our best brothers out there. Shout out to him. Like I said, wish him the best. I pray that he gets better. Like I said, that's our brother right there. But shout out to our man James up here for actually encouraging brothers to, like I said, be in the best shape possible. And you know, like I said, be healthy. And also, just like I said, just keep preaching that, brother. I like brothers. I like older brothers telling younger brothers this. Like I said, get off that caffeine, whatever nonsense you drinking, and just, hey, man, just keep working out, man. Do what you got to do.
You're almost 50 years old, man.
Yo,
you guys almost 50?
I'm 48.
Oh, you're 48? Oh, okay.
48.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Don't worry, bro. Don't, brother. You'll live a long time.
Y'all make me feel bad, bro. I eat blueberries. I drink coffee. I eat cake sometimes. But next
you drink Coca-Cola?
Sometimes, boy. That's stopping. That's stopping.
We have to have a conversation, IP. Let's talk.
At least ginger ale.
Let's have a 1 hour. No, on a serious note, IP, I got you. A lot of serious note. You got us with the IT, and I do plan on talking to you about IT. The only thing the reason why I haven't hit you up yet is because, like, I know nothing about IT, nothing, and I'm not a fast typer. And do I have hope?
Yeah, everyone has hope, bro.
I figured you were going to say that. And I got you with the health plan because my health regimen and stuff, I got to tell you, is more extreme than this, man. I learned a lot. I got you. Hit me up on Instagram. We have a one-on-one. We got to do it like this. If you want to do it like this, we could have a whole episode of this. But I got you. I could show you ways to slowly get away from the things that you eating, substitutes, what cookbooks you can go for, how to look for them, because you got to cook, IP. You got to cook. I know you got to know with IT, you guys pull on a lot of jobs. You know what I'm saying? I know that because I know another dude who do IT. You guys take on a lot of jobs as they come because that money is coming like that. I get that. But you got to cook, IP. You can't, especially when you get on the road. IP, you don't want to make it so that if you go to Thailand for a month and all you're doing is eating out, man, you don't want to eat that food, bro. You know that. You know how they say they don't drink it. I'm gonna hit you up. You know how they say don't drink the water in Thailand? What do you think the restaurants are cooking with?
That water.
All of them. You really think they're gonna cook with bottled water?
Nope.
There is a restaurant. There's a black restaurant out there, and he says he does a lot of cooking with bottled water. And he even showed me, and he had a bunch. I mean, it was stacked, like a whole room full of it. And he says he cooks with that water. And I believe him because he had that. You know how when you got that sincere look, he's like doing like, it's like, yeah, you can tell. You can tell. So he might do it. So I like eating there, but his food is not cheap. And that's okay. And it's right next to one of the best restaurants out there, Renaissance apartment complex, which is apartment complex hotel, everything they call it. And it's a good place to rent. It's a real nice area in Jumteen. If it's not in Jumteen, don't mess with it. Jumteen only, y'all, in Thailand. Jumteen only. And Pattaya, Jumteen only. When it comes to Thailand, I say go on the islands or go to Phuket. Phuket's better than Pattaya.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it.
Sorry. Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah, I've noticed that when you don't eat healthy,
right.
you get spots in your face. You get your face gets puffier. Yeah, I need to get back on track. I don't know what's happened over.
And dude, here's what's gonna get you to IP. Have you visited a nutritionist and gave her a blood sample? Gave him a blood sample and take a look. Have you done that?
Nope.
You're in for a rude awakening. If Kevin Samuels had just had a doctor's appointment, he'd be alive today. Because his doctor would have looked at his blood, took his blood pressure, and was like, and his doctor would be like, okay, you need to, it would have been like ER response. They would have told him. Because I guarantee his blood was high as hell, and he was drinking Red Bulls. When I saw him with that Red Bull and knowing how old he was, the first thing I said was, he need to stop drinking that. I said that. That Red Bull killed his ass. Oh, I'm sorry, IP. I'm sorry with the cursing. But it that's what killed him. Yeah, you think if you have high blood pressure and you black, you think Red Bull can't kill you all by itself? Ask a nutritionist. Make an appointment with a nutritionist. Go out to the get a blood sample, get a gal to him, have him look at your blood, and then make an appointment after that because it takes a little while. It takes like a week or two. and they'll make sure he or she'll call you up, and they'll break it down for you, and you won't like what she have to say if you've been doing that. All my nutritionists have been women, so that's why I keep saying she. I never had a male.
No, I got you, bro. I feel you.
Yeah.
I went to go get my it was this year that I went to go do it. I did it in like February, January, and they said like you're relatively fine. Just take care of your cholesterol. That's the one thing that told me of your blood. You don't have high blood pressure. That's good for you, but take care of that cholesterol. It's a little above. Like I'm like, all right, and I had to like really pay attention to what she said because I'm like, I don't listen to her, I could probably die. Possibly.
Jeez.
So let me really like hear what she said and just look at the things that I'm eating. Because I won't lie, I did get away from not looking on what the heck I'm freaking doing. And when I got back to it, I was like, okay, Jay, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's another reason why I cut back on breakfast was because of that too as well. Now I do plan on getting what the brother said. I do have to go back to get do a physical and a test. Like I said, I got a whole physical done and a blood sample done. I got all that done. So that's why I encourage brothers, maybe like 2 times within a year, maybe 3 times in a year to get that checked out to make sure you're noticing changes. And like I said, it's not a lot of money. I promise you, it's not. I promise you, it's like very relatively low, but. Your health comes first. I don't care what anyone says. What this brother is saying is facts. And yes, you're not going to like what you're going to be told. I'm just glad. I was one thing glad to tell me that I don't have high blood pressure. Thank God I don't have that. But that doesn't mean that it still can't change if I do something wrong because I'm not off the hook yet. Cholesterol is bad. Doesn't matter. My sodium counts, regardless of anything, we're fine. But even then, like I got
a little bit of sodium. Your body does need a little bit of sodium. That's what your brain uses for synapses.
Yeah, true. What he said, just not too much.
You're gonna get your sodium from just regular. You don't have to you're never gonna have to take sodium supplements. I don't know.
No, that's sodium supplements.
I'm not a medical dude, but I doubt anybody's gonna have to do that. Yeah. I have high blood pressure too. I was born with it, and I do take meds for it, but because of my diet, my blood pressure is low. With the meds, and I stopped doing the meds for a while and just got really went extremes on my diet. It stayed low, but I do still take the meds because they're actually healthy for me. It's almost like a diet supplement. But eventually I'm just going to stop taking it altogether, but I'm really keeping that communication with my nutritionist, and we're going to plan to just stop doing it for a month and then go get the high blood pressure and then look at my blood and everything. But you got to just don't even worry about doing the diet right now. Just do your regular and then make that appointment. It's just something you got to do, because my friend from when I grew up with, this dude died 10 years ago because he was eating greasy foods. He died at he was like 39.
Jeez.
We're the same age. No, he's 1 year younger than me. And I knew he grew up eating that fried chicken, all that Southern food, eating at the churches. And they that's culture food. That's our culture. What? No, it's not.
That culture is death.
Okay? We got a lot of stupid stuff that we consider our culture. I hit home and I said, we know what we're going back there. We got a lot of stupid stuff. If it's stupid, it's still stupid. It doesn't matter if it's culture. What are you doing? What are you praying to the black God? All hell God, the black God. I'm going to eat my fried chicken no matter if it kills me. All hell. What? What are we doing? Stop eating it. It's stupid. Our church is stupid. The whole church, every aspect of the black church is stupid.
I agree.
It's all stupid. According to what God is, you don't have to do anything but be a good person. That's it. What's the purpose of life? To get better, to better the generation. If we're gonna get to a world where we sit in a machine, lay down, and it heals everything, and we go out into society and everyone's kind and respectful and everyone gets what we want, and you can go home and put a VR thing on your head and go to another world, and it's just like the Matrix. If you want us to have that kind of future, we need to get rid of a lot of stupid. There's a lot of stupid in there. And part of that is you need to be really healthy to live long. You can actually live long enough to be 150 years old, true story, and live long enough to where they figure out how to reverse the aging. And now you're going to live to be 400 or 500. How do you know? I want to be there. I want to live way into the future where technology is amazing and I can live even longer. That's my own personal holiday dreaming. That's my wishful thinking, that I can live so long into the future that I live to where we have technology where I can live even longer and get even younger and all kinds of amazing things in the future. Who knows what the world is going to be like 100 years from now? I'm 48. I just said live to 150. 100 years from now. IP. 100 years from now.
Yeah. All right, man. Yo, James, Jay, thank you for the time. I much appreciate it, brothers, man. Much appreciate classic stream. Brothers, of course, support, hit the like button, join the Patreon, like the video, share around, and I'll see you, brothers.